raw.
Damon Jones podcast, man.
Let's go.
Figgy Feed, best in the world, that's what he do, know what I'm talking about. Ryan Rock, born and raised in the H-Town, Houston, Texas. Know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Let's go, in the jacuzzi, smoking threats, I got my feet up. Cut them haters off, I told them beat it, I don't need you. Spent 50 racks in cash, but it's all good, I got my visa. This rolling got them staring at me like the Mona Lisa. My ghetto, Nikeisha, I beat it like a creature. She always like my sneakers, these Jordan 5 pink aces. Let's go, I'm knocking them down, back to back in the row. He really the one, they already know. Put on all of my chains, go put on the show.
Giving up gems, sipping my juice. Counting the beans, addicted to ends. Need it back in on whatever I do. We get it in on the daily. I get it rocking like this with the 80. We really 10 toes down on the page. What's up? We about to see what they saying.
Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Let's go. Gems, vippin' juice. Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Go, let's go.
What do you have to say to everyone who still considers the Astros cheaters?
Out to Cleveland late last season.
Where the bitches at? It's supposed to be titties. Where the fucking titties and the bitches? Teach your man how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
Qualified.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to another special edition. I guess every edition is special at Jim the Juice podcast. We are back at it. A lot to talk about, a lot to break down. Got my man Figgy Fig in here as usual. We gonna react to everything. We didn't do a podcast last week. We warned you we probably wouldn't. And aside from the D'Angelo death, which we'll get into, not a whole lot even happened last week. The Texans were on a bye week and all this shit, so kind of have to kick back and relax. And Figgy has some shit to do. But a lot has gone down this week. A lot of crazy shit in sports and media overall. So we're going to break that down, man. And, of course, we'll just get the sports stuff out the way first. And we'll start with the Texans, man. I know you're not tired of talking about this game yet, Figgy. So we're going to break it down one more time. The Texans in this late-ass game where I didn't get home until damn near 2 o'clock in the morning.
Man.
The end of a Monday night doubleheader in Seattle. The Texans lose. I already forget the score. Who cares? They lost. The score was closer than the actual game was if you watched it.
Yeah.
And the Seahawks was basically another game where the opposing team kind of tried to give the Texans a win, and they just couldn't do it. A lot like the Jaguars game too. So. Yeah, man, and I kind of get your thoughts on this. We don't have to break down the game. Y'all all saw that bullshit. But the thing that interests me is the fact that there are things that we thought were set in stone that are no longer set in stone. You were bringing up the CJ Stroud and having to pay him. That's every week he has a shitty game. This becomes a bigger topic, I feel.
Yeah.
And now on the hot seat already is D'Amico Ryans. Nick Caserio is already on the hot seat, so I don't really consider that new news. But D'Amico, I'm not encouraged by seeing what he's been doing, the stuff he's been putting out in the field. And ultimately, like he says in all his fucking press conferences, it put it all on him.
Yeah,
so,
we got to clean some things up.
So I'm getting a little annoyed. So Figgy, what do you think, man? What are your thoughts about, number one, is the season officially over in your eyes? And number two, what do you think? What are your thoughts on DeMeco Ryans is the head coach, and CJ Stroud is the franchise quarterback going forward for this team?
So to answer the first question, I can't say the season is over yet, but it's damn near close, man. It's
Colts
damn
are
near
6-1, by the way. So
and see, that's where I'm getting at because yes, at this point you're looking at the wild card. Unless the coach just make a historic collapse where they just lose every game, which means you got to win every game. It ain't like you could just lose and then fall your way into first place. You got to win. You got to go on a winning streak too. But the Colts look like the real deal, man. I'm not saying they're gonna win the Super Bowl, but it look like the division is theirs for that part. They could get bounced out of the wild card, but it look like they gonna win the division. So I say that to say the Texans looking at the wild card. If anything, that's a Hail Mary right now. So man, I just don't know, man. I know we got on here last time we did this podcast and said a win is a win. You know, you beat the Titans, you beat the Ravens with no Lamar and a bunch of people hurt. But now it's kind of like, man, no wins didn't even mean nothing now because all the other games you lost, man. So I'm really not confident. Now you got a lot of coaching staffs and all that stuff just pointing fingers and all that stuff. So I'm not sure what to think. It seemed like it's not as bad to the point where I feel like DeMeco lost the locker room, but it's kind of getting close, man. It's getting close. You got some reporters out here in the Houston media tweeting and deleting some stuff, man, where they questioning DeMeco Ryans. So I never seen it like this. I don't think DeMeco ever been this hated, and I'm using that loosely because DeMeco was beloved here. But right now, I think people are kind of growing tired of the same old stuff, and even though he's the head coach, I feel like some of it is not really his fault too, man. Because I feel like the defense is playing good, but man, that offense is so bad, man. It's really bad. DeMeco owned up to it. He pretty much said that was his hire. And we all know that wasn't his guy, man. They had no connections together. Nick Haley's connections was all with Nick Caserio, John Carroll, New England, and all that stuff. But DeMeco is the head coach. He said that was his hire. So we gotta look at it like that. But man, it's not looking good at all, man. I'm kind of wondering if this gets even worse. Let's say they lose on Sunday. I'm kind of wondering when they gonna decide to be sellers. And I know this is not baseball or anything, buyers or seller at the deadline. But at some point, man, I feel like they probably gonna have to start looking in the off season, man, seeing what they could do in the off season and to try to regroup, because it seemed like as far as the division is close to being over. And then, by the way, you're third in the division, man. You got the Jags, and the Jags don't even look that great. They don't even look that good, and they're ahead of you, and they beat you. So, yeah, it's not really looking good. Plus, CJ Stroud, as far as CJ Stroud paying them, I still think you should pay him. I don't even think it's a real option I don't think you really have an option. However, man, remember this is a David Mulligetta client. And we seen when David Mulligetta clients don't really be happy. And they kind of force their weight around. So I think if it get worse and CJ starting to look bad, I think you will start hearing some rumblings more from CJ camp. CJ seemed like a good dude, but this is kind of messing up his money, man. We thought he was going to be the highest paid quarterback at some point. Right now, the way that offense looking, he shouldn't be the highest paid quarterback. I just don't think he should be the highest paid quarterback. and that's messing up his money. So I think with CJ Stroud, I brought it up before how he's a Cali dude and all this other stuff. We don't really have ties to Houston. We kind of seen, how he be rolling a little bit where he's not really, embracing the city as much as people want him to, which I think is, he don't have to do anything, but I wouldn't be surprised in the long run if this just go off the rails and they don't get it together as far as the offense. I could see him telling Mulligetta to say, hey, Stafford about to retire. Hey, I want to go home type deal. And they kind of forced their way there. So
what are your thoughts about the hot takes about CJ's body language during the game?
What are some of the hot takes that he don't care?
I guess people are like, I guess he's looking like he's tuned out. Like he doesn't look like he's locked in. He just looks like he's going through the motions. And I've seen national people mention it too, since it was a Monday night game, everybody was watching it. Yeah. And I guess they're saying he doesn't seem like he's really engaged. It seems like he's kind of, the body language is kind of bad, apparently, according to people.
Yeah, I think, honestly, I don't really blame him, man. This is a bad season. And ain't no telling what's going on behind closed doors. If he's frustrated with the offense, he could be frustrated with the plays, but really don't have a say-so. And he probably just kind of how we all do if we have a job that we're not really caring for, we just punch in, punch out type of deal. And I know he's a football player, and I know he ain't going to take that for granted, but sometimes if you ain't got no say-so, and maybe you want to do something else, and they say, no, let's stay the course type deal, trust the process, he probably getting a little irritated, man. He probably just like, you know what? I'm going to just go out here and do the best I can. So I kind of don't blame him for that. And, it's crazy because we've seen his rookie year. Last year was kind of rough, but it wasn't awful. This year it just seemed like the offense is so bad, man. And now you get to the point where you hear rumblings, and it seems like the coaching staff is pointing at the players saying they got to do their jobs and all this other stuff. So I don't know, man. I think it's kind of fair for him to have this type of body language because they're not having a good season offensively.
Yeah. And I think he's let it slip a few times that he's really not happy with the offense. He keeps bringing up this death by 1,000 cuts thing, which I think he's been overusing at this point. But I think he's starting to let it slip that he's not happy with the way the offense looks and is being scheduled and planned for. But, what can he do? TJ on X says to have 15 days to address some issues and come out and still look lost. It's over. Yes, that's my thing, too. That's why I think this season is a bust now officially, because they're not going to get another bye week. This was the early bye week, which kind of sucked for them, but it was still a chance to rebuild and refocus. And, hey, let's take what happened in the Ravens game that worked and use that going forward. And this game looked exactly like the shittier games that the Texans been playing. Did not look like the flashes of brilliance we saw with the Ravens game offensively. And again, their only 2 wins so far against the worst teams in the league, really. So what confidence do you have that they can even beat an average team at this point, or any point going in the future? I mean, look, football gets harder as the season goes on. Players get injured. You got to bring in some new people, and the season gets tougher. So this was really the most important part of their schedule, and they kind of blew it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's I think it's a bust at this point. I agree, TJ.
Yeah, I agree too. To me, it seemed like they had a little momentum going into this bye week. And then it seemed like they went right back to what they tried in week 1 and 2.
Yep.
Where I'm like, what is this? It seemed like they even start playing the same players. Remember the first 2 or 3 weeks they kept playing Dare Ogunbowale,
Mm-hmm.
and then the next 2 games he barely got any snaps. So it's like, okay, more Woody Marks and all this other stuff. And then they come out on Monday night, which, by the way, I got to talk about that Monday night game as far as being late. But yeah, you went right back to Dare, man. You went to Dare. You playing people that shouldn't be played like that. So I just didn't understand. I just didn't understand what they're doing, man. It seemed like the offensive coordinator is a little over his head. And even as far as the GM Nick Caserio, he's really getting exposed with his free agency and draft this year, because all the people he got is not living up, man. They're not good. If you look at the all season he had, the only highlight from the all season is Woody Marks, and I think I seen an article that said Ed Ingram, who's a guard, and it's bad, man. I think it's just looking bad over like everywhere, man. So I don't know. It's the wrong time to have a season like this, especially when you got to pay CJ.
Yeah, and that brings up what you've been talking about, and we've been talking about for the past few weeks. Is CJ really the guy going forward? Is he going to stay with this team? And I don't know, man. I'm not. I think some people are trolling with the put Davis Mills shit in. They have to be, but like, you can't pay this guy. You can't make this guy the highest paid quarterback in the league with how he's playing now. So I don't know. I haven't given up on him. I still think he has it in him, but and the situation is just bad. The O-line is just bad, so I can't put it all on him. But he does take a good share of the blame as well. And just because we like somebody don't mean they're blameless. I like D'Amico Ryans. I asked some serious questions about him being a head coach of the team going forward. I'm starting to wonder, maybe he's not a good coach to build a team up from the ground up. Maybe he's somebody better to come in when things are already kind of set and you have already a good culture and things already in motion. Bring him in and he can be the leader of men that we see him in the interviews and all that shit. But to bring a team up from the dirt, maybe he's not that guy, man, because there are some puzzling decisions he's made in games. And even though some shit like everybody's talking about the kick at the 2-minute break that was kicked inbounds, should have been kicked out of bounds. And he said it was supposed to be kicked inbounds or out of bounds, but it was kicked inbounds somehow. And it's like these communications issues ultimately fall on you.
Yeah.
So, and if I hear one more player talk about how they're playing complacent and lackadaisical and shit, like your job is to get these guys pumped up, right? How many times have we had to hear another player talk about how they just don't have enough energy or just slow getting to the huddle, slow getting out the huddle, not complacent, lackadaisical? These are not things I want to hear from a head coach like D'Amico Ryans, who we thought was going to be a guy to charge these guys up. I'm getting sick of hearing that line of people. Y'all are 2-4 and y'all still having issues getting enough energy to fucking play good in the game. So that's one thing I'm really getting sick of hearing. That also falls on D'Amico. If he can't get these guys charged up for a game, then he's not the guy.
Yeah. And then that was kind of the conversation last year. Remember, they were trying to make Laramie Tunsil the scapegoat pretty much by saying, I guess they didn't say this. They tried to make it like it was just a football move type thing where they moved them. But they were people out here saying that he was kind of the I don't want to call him an energy vampire or anything like that, but he kind of march on his own a little bit. He kind of have a certain way where he a little too laid back, I guess, for their liking. And I guess I feel like people kind of sold the idea of getting rid of him and bringing some people who can you know, be good with the technique and all this other stuff. And it's still the same story, man. It's still, like you said, they, not really energized. It's like, damn, like I thought that was because of Laramie Tunsil. I thought y'all brought in some other people, some Nick Casario guys to change that a little bit, and y'all still doing the same thing. So it seemed like it's a lot of finger pointing, man. It's a lot of finger pointing. I'm surprised he didn't. I'm surprised, or we didn't hear anything as far as like players or unnamed sources pretty much calling D'Amico out like that.
Yeah, I think they keep a tight ship there, and also I think the players do like him. So I don't think they want to throw him under the bus like that. I think he is very much a player's coach, but at the same time, I'm sure they're unhappy with the way things are going there. Obviously, they are because these primetime games they just keep getting their ass whooped. You're embarrassing yourself in front of the hoes, man. It's a bad look for everybody.
Yeah.
So, TJ also said, question now is what changes made in season? Let's see if Cal has learned anything from the past. I mean, they already said they're not going to change the offensive coordinator. So as long as the offense stinks, I don't know what else they can do to get better. This offense just can't do shit. They can't put points on the board. The defense can keep them in games. The offense loses them games. And I don't know how you really fix that in season. You can bring in some extra pieces, maybe get a few extra weapons for CJ, but I don't see it happening. I don't see any way they can just turn this offense around to something functional in the next few weeks, man.
Yeah, and it's getting too late, man. You got the trade deadline in a week or two.
Yeah.
And so once that passed, that's it. And I still don't think a trade deadline can really help turn this team around like that. So I don't know. I'm just wondering when they're gonna get to a point where they say, you know what, let's let off the gas and just kind of it's over. Let's focus on trying to maybe get a better draft pick. Because I know they ain't gonna tank, but I'm wondering when they gonna start looking into 2026 at this point.
Yeah. Ramey and TJ seem like they're split. I guess this is also the fan base as well. Ramey says D'Amico stays and they're lazy because they are all individuals. They aren't a team. But TJ says if Cal has to choose between D'Amico and Casario, I wonder now who gets to stay. I would hope he would choose D'Amico. Like I would guess they would choose D'Amico. Casario has had his chance. D'Amico was really somebody. I guess they wanted both these guys, but I would think and hope they would keep D'Amico over Casario. But honestly, the truth is they might both have to go. These results are just not what they hoped for. They thought they had everything in place and it's just not working out. But I would think and hope that they would keep, if they had to choose between one of them, to keep one and let one go, I would hope they keep D'Amico and let Casario go. But, like I said, it might be they both have to leave. I don't know. But it's too early for that. It ain't even mid-season yet, really. So we got some time to mull over that.
Yeah. Real quick, why it's on my mind, they should not do a damn doubleheader Monday Night Football again, man. I don't get it, man. That's dog. It's 9 o'clock. They kickoff was at 9 o'clock in Houston, and just imagine in the East Coast that kickoff is at 10 o'clock, man. And I was at the house watching the game. I started dozing off in the fourth quarter. I'm like, man, this is crazy. They playing like ass, and we up late watching this shit. And I felt like they kept us in the game just enough where you couldn't just turn the game off because it was a one possession game. And so I sat there thinking maybe they might come back. I'm not sure, but I don't want to go to sleep and then they have a miraculous comeback. So, man, look, I'd rather do a damn 9 a.m. London game over a 9 p.m. Monday Night Football game. I don't understand the purpose of that at all, man.
Yeah, nah. And that's where my conspiracy mind comes into play too, because part of me was wondering if they got the script said keep it close for the second half. Because in the beginning, it looked like the Seahawks were going to blow the Texans out. Then somehow they just started making a shitload of mistakes, a bunch of picks and turnovers on the defense. And
weird calls. Remember,
yeah,
the safety. That should have been a safety, man. I
think
know
there was
why.
like 2 missed safeties, right? The obvious safety at the beginning, which I'm not going to complain about, but how'd you miss that? And yeah, there's some weird officiating overall where I feel like they had to keep the score a little close so people wouldn't just completely tune out because it was already a late as fuck game. And yeah, I'm definitely not a fan, especially since I have to work this shit. I'm not a fan of these late games. I would much rather do a 9 a.m. London game because I'll be out by like noon and have the whole day to do some shit. This one, I had to work my regular job, then go to this job, then go, and work until I think I got home at like 2:00 in the morning. So
you had to
it was
work
a long ass. Yep. It's not like you just it's not like you can just go home and fall on the bed and fall asleep.
Yeah,
So, I'm fucking checking my phone and watching TV and shit. Next I know it's like 3 a.m. I'm like, oh shit. So I wake up just tired as fuck, man. But what can you do?
Yeah.
TJ said, I'm still not all the way back from the damn game. We stayed up for the whole game. I feel for you, bro. I feel for you. You're thinking that you might see a miracle happen, and
that's what I was
just
thinking.
Didn't.
It got to the point I was standing up with the remote in my hand, just waiting on the last, because I think this was when Seattle had the ball. And it was like 3rd down and 3 or whatever it was. I'm like, if they get a stop right here, then Texas is gonna get the ball back, and maybe they could have a miraculous comeback. But then, salute to Tim Settle, who did some type of play where he jumped on a pile or something like that, which gave him a first down. I'm like, thank you, brother. I could cut this game off. I think it was Joe Buck. I heard him say, yep, that would do it for this game. Now they got the first down, no more timeouts. I'm like, yes, I could cut this game off right now.
Yeah, man, it sucks to say it as somebody who is a fan of the Texans, but when I'm working the games, I'd rather they just be over with as quick as possible. So I'm like, if y'all gonna win quick. If y'all gonna lose quick. When it's obvious that the Texans are gonna lose, I'm like, please don't get this first down. Please get just end the game already, man. The game already felt like it took forever. It just moved slow overall with all these stoppages and reviews and calls and flags. It was an ugly game to watch in general, man.
Super ugly, man.
Yeah, and it was no more, man. No more. I forget the schedule. I think we have a couple of the primetime games, but no more 9 p.m. starts, please.
Hey man, they need noon games on a Sunday going forward, man. Hey, we ain't got to do no primetime games, man. Wait till we really are the shit, and then start giving us a primetime. Hey, let's get back to that stay low and build, man.
Yep, that CJ rookie season, man. Every game that was the best season of work in my years of doing Texans games. Every game was Sunday noon. Every single game. I think they had one Monday night game, maybe. Didn't have any Sunday night games. I don't think they even had a Thursday night game. They might have had one, but for the most part, it was noon every single Sunday, man. They had the lowest amount of primetime games I'd ever seen a team have. And I'm like, beautiful. Keep it like that. Stay low and build. And everybody was complaining like, why aren't they putting the Texans on primetime? Why don't they flex the Texans? Well, you see what happens when they get on primetime, okay? Yeah. I don't want to see the Texans on primetime games no more. If we're going to lose embarrassingly, let's at least lose to where the casuals and other people won't have to look at us. Yeah. So we can feel like we're a good team. Ramey says the OC does suck. The Monday night game just proves it. And then when you add the lack of a line to protect CJ, I just hope he can survive the season. Yeah, he's been getting hit a lot, man. And sometimes it is his fault. Sometimes it's not. I've seen him hold the ball too long. I've also seen him have no time to do anything and he just gets smoked immediately. Yeah. So the O-line is bad. And after, I think Casario was positive that they would fix it this season. It looks worse than ever. So I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. But just the whole thing is just kind of stinky right now, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, I was kind of worried about this season a little bit anyway because I didn't know what the offense is going to look like. But, man, this is not good at all, man.
It's very annoying that all our preseason fears kind of came true. You know, we knew the defense looked good in the preseason. We knew the offense in training camp and all that, very questionable, but we hope they figure it out. But it's maybe even worse than we thought it would be. So, yeah, it's a nasty time to watch these games. Hopefully they get something figured out. They have the 49ers at home on Sunday, short week. I'm expecting they're going to get blown out. So we'll see. Short week and against a pretty good team. And we'll see, man. Hopefully it's not a slaughter, but I have really no confidence in them winning this Sunday game. So we'll see.
Yeah.
In other sports news, opening night, Houston Rockets. Kevin Durant making his debut with the franchise. Now, I've heard people say the Rockets did lose this game, by the way. They lost to the Thunder in double overtime. I've heard people say it was a inspiring loss. It was an okay loss, but I was upset by it. Mainly because, let me tell you how I watched this fucking game, man, because I really don't watch a whole lot of basketball games. But I was at the gym. It was my cardio day. And I was just finished doing the stairs. I do the stairs for like an hour. Then I will cool down, like do the treadmill for 20, 30 minutes maybe, and call it a day. I got on the treadmill, and there was 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And I said, all right, let me go ahead and just watch the final 6 minutes of the Rockets OKC game and go home. I was expecting like max 20 minutes, and then I'd be done. Dog, 65 minutes later, the Rockets lose in double overtime.
Yeah.
I was on that treadmill like, okay, surely it's going to end after the first overtime. Nope. Second overtime, the ugly ass OKC offense with Shea, fucking foul merchant, getting to the line every 2 seconds. Kevin Durant, who I really wanted to see take over at the end, seemed like he was a little more passive than I wanted him to be. Look, we brought you here for a reason, man. I don't want to see you passing it. I know Sagoon's a baller, but I want to see Kevin Durant just in the corner when there's like a minute left in overtime. Nah, you better get active and control the ball, man. Make something happen. Missed a free throw too at the end. Okay, easy money sniper. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. But I was upset with the loss, man. Yeah, I know it's a new group. Kevin Durant, they gonna be a good team. But I really wanted this win, man. I really wanted to shock the NBA world and let everybody know that the Rockets are here. And so I was more upset than others, I think. But what are your thoughts on this game, man? What'd you think about Kevin Durant's debut against OKC?
Yeah, I felt like, and let me make it clear. I know it's early. It's the first game. So we ain't got to overreact too much, or I won't overreact too much. But I'm kind of with you. I was expecting. I feel like this was the perfect game for them to give it to KD and just, all right, give me the ball. I'm about to win this game type deal. And that didn't really happen. Not only did that not happen, but maybe it was my eyes, because when I tweeted this, I felt like a lot of people was like, oh no, they were up on KD, so all this other stuff. But I felt like it seemed like they were kind of freezing KD out a little bit. He wasn't even touching the ball. I'm like, yo, he got to touch the ball. He can't just be sitting there and you 101 all day long like that. And now, to be fair, I feel like Şengün, every time he had the ball, I'm like, no, kick it to KD, and he make the bucket. So he was really hot. So I'm like, all right, I get that. So I'm not too mad at that. But yeah, I don't know. I just felt like like I said, it's early. I'm sure he probably got to get in the groove, and I'm sure later on in the season he gonna take the ball and score. So I'm not overreacting too much, but I felt like this game was just the perfect setup. You was against the world champs. You got your guy right now who can score and who could take over. And I'm just a little upset that it didn't really happen like that. And to your point about the free throw merchant, man, that last play when he made that game winning shot, he wasn't even trying to shoot the damn ball, man. You see, he was trying to, the whole time. I'm like, he is not about to shoot, and he got what he wanted, which is a drawn foul. So I was a little upset about that, but honestly, I think how bad the Houston Texans were that Monday night, this one felt like a win because at least it was entertaining. You got some offense, and even with a loss, this kind of felt way more entertaining than that Monday night game, and it low-key felt like a win. So I understand why people saying, it was a good loss, but man, that Texans game made this feel like a win.
Well, in comparison, yeah, definitely. But at least this was a close and good game. But yeah, there's like Shea, dog. The fact that Shea was a league MVP is just in a Finals MVP. It makes the league look bad. This guy has the ugliest game I've maybe ever seen in the NBA, dog. Just nonstop foul baiting and hunting. People said this about James Harden, but at the end of the day, James Harden drains shots, man. He was draining shots from all over the court. Shea is just like this foul baiting is despicable and disgusting. I can't even his stupid face. I just don't like anything about him, man. Like I just can't. He's one of these players I just can't stand. And
yeah,
it is rough to watch him play, and it's rough to watch these people defend him in online and say, he's just playing with the rules. Nah, man. He's supposed to have this kind of swag. I don't like his fucking interviews. I don't wear the same fit twice ever unless I go grocery shopping. But I don't go grocery shopping. I don't know. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? I just can't stand these players in general. But TJ says, I think we really needed Fred VanVleet to set up this offense. I think he was probably missed in that game, but that
was my other takeaway too, man. I think they were and look, it's early, they can make some trades and all that stuff, but they tried to do that skyline lineup where I think everybody on the floor is 6'10" outside of Amen Thompson, who was 6'7". And to me, I felt like they need a point guard, man. It was too. It seemed like they're not really setting up the offense like they should, but they need a actual point guard, man. Even if it's somebody like a Chris Paul or some shit. I know Chris Paul ain't coming here, but they need a point guard. And look, they played against a good defensive team, so maybe they could get away with it with other teams. But in the long run, man, they need a guard. They need some point guard. Reed Shepherd. I think he's cool, but he ain't their point guard. Their starting point guard.
What happened to the hype on him? Remember the hype on this guy coming out of like preseason last year? Everybody thought he was going to be next up. Yeah, what happened to him?
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't really play that much last year, which I thought it was a kind of a red flag. Because I know a lot of people was making excuses like, oh, he's short and he's a defensive liability and all this other. I'm like, why the hell did you draft him number 2? I think number 2 or number 3 overall. Like, why did you draft him then if he's unplayable like that? And you kind of seen it you kind of seen in that first game too, where I'm like, oh, they kind of picking on him. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought he was gonna be good, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, the Rockets play in about 5 minutes. I think they play what, the Pelicans?
Uh,
What game do they have next? The Pistons are tonight. That's right. So
yeah,
that should be an
okay,
easy win. So we'll take that. But
yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I'm optimistic about this season with the Rockets, but I really wanted that opening night win, and whatever. Life moves on.
yeah.
Um,
Let me ask, or you got some more Rocket stuff? I was going to pivot real quick on something. We got to stay on this.
go ahead.
Are you a little nervous about Victor Wembanyama?
Dog, I just hate that he went to the Spurs. That's the thing. If he went to any team besides, there's really only like 3 teams, maybe 4, that I just did not want to see him with at all. The other Texas teams and the Mavericks and the Spurs, the Lakers, or the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
Any other team I would have been fine with. I hate that he's on the Spurs, man. Because that just really sucks. Good. But dog, he is. I mean, if he stays healthy, he has to be in contention for the best ever. The way he's fucking playing right now, man. He's like the Shohei Ohtani of basketball right now. Like he
Yeah.
really is. We've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
It's in terms of his scoring ability, his defense, his fucking just gets to the lane so easy, man. He's so freakishly tall. It's crazy. It looks like, when you do creative player back in the day, when they let you create like a freak of nature in the
Yeah.
early like PlayStation 2, NBA Live and shit.
You could get a 7'5" guard, rip it to the legs and all that.
Yeah, make him super fast and shit. Like
Yeah.
that's what Victor Wembanyama looks like right now. He looks like a some kind of Game Shark cheat code out there, man. And
Yeah.
so yes, I'm nervous about him. I just wish he wasn't on the Spurs. But it is what it is, man. I think the Spurs have already had enough success to last at least a couple other more decades. And now they got the best player in the league, potentially the next face of the league, probably. And it's just not fair. But what can you do?
Yeah, his first game of the year, this dude had 40 points, 15 to
And
21.
like 12 blocks, right?
He didn't have. He had 3 blocks.
Oh, like rebounds, like 12
Yeah,
rebounds, I think, or something like that.
15 rebounds.
Oh, okay.
40 points, 15 to 21, 1 or 2 from the 3. So all these were just dunks and all that shit, jump shots, 15 boards. And he only did this in 30 minutes, bro.
TJ said Olajuwon and Locks. Yeah, we got to bring that up. Of all the people that Hakeem Olajuwon supposedly trained, this is the only guy who like looks better afterwards. I guess LeBron did get better in the post when he trained a little bit, but everybody else who trained with Olajuwon really didn't pick up any of his skill at all. But Victor, for some reason, looks like Olajuwon reborn with the footwork. And I don't know. I guess everybody else just don't be listening or don't be locked in like that. But nah, he looks like Olajuwon, but taller in the post, man. The fucking pump fakes and spin arounds and shit. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. I just can't get over this dude is 7'4", 7'5", and how quick he is.
Yes.
I'm like, man, that's somebody, I'm not a Spurs fan, obviously, but that's somebody I definitely want to go to Toyota Center to see. Just that's like a bearded lady at the circus, man. Something you don't see. And it's like, man, I got to see this because I know years down the line, I probably tell my great nieces and nephews, like, man, I saw this dude in person, man. Yes, he's a real person.
Doc, watching him feels like how old niggas probably felt when they saw Wilt Chamberlain. Like, that's how it feels. Like, I never really understood. Or Prime Shaq even. Like, Prime Shaq. It kind of feels like that, but even better because he can shoot and shit. But it feels like something really special, man. Like I said, I just hate that he's on the Spurs. But, yeah, just ridiculous athlete in general. And, yes, he's going to be the next face of the league. No, I don't think there's really any question. He got next. As long as he stays healthy, like it's going to be his league in the next few years. So
yeah, that's box office right there. I think we talked about that before. Like who is box office? Who is somebody right now? Not the Brons and the Currys and stuff like that, but who is somebody that's box office? That's like, man, I got to go to this game just to see this guy. And you're on the other team too. You just want to see him play for the other team. That's him right now, man. I wouldn't be surprised if they go up on tickets for Spurs games when they on the road just because of him.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. Like I said, if he just stays healthy, and that's another thing that freaks me out. His legs look so skinny, dog. It looks like he's this shit's gonna snap at any moment. That's what makes me a little nervous. I'm like, I hope he just stays healthy, because anything like he comes down wrong on somebody's foot or some shit, he's so lanky and tall that his bones look brittle. I'm worried about him. I hope he put on some little muscle and is all right. But yeah, if he stays healthy, he's definitely going to run the league, and no question. So just unfortunate he had to be on the Spurs, but whatever. Can't have it all. In other NBA news, probably the biggest NBA news now, we got to break down Gamblegate 2025, man. There was a FBI sting operation, I guess. A lot of people were several players. I think it's only Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups right now were arrested. Separate charges, or Damon Jones too. Separate cases. Chauncey Billups was involved in a illegal gambling ring, illegal poker ring, or I guess a ring where he was cheating and using technology and shit to cheat people who came to his poker house.
And it was connected with the mob.
Yeah, with the La Cosa Nostra, which I first learned about in rap songs. Sidebar: why don't rappers talk about the mafia no more? Remember that was like the biggest thing in the 90s, especially with New York rappers. Everybody wanted to be the La Cosa Nostra, the Godfather Corleone family, some shit like that. What happened to the mafia aesthetic of rap? That shit just went away.
I don't know what happened. I'll just look this up. It looked like it was a La Coca Nostra. It was a hip hop group too. I don't know what group that was. What you don't get that type of stuff no more.
Yeah, because I think people think that the mafia just doesn't exist anymore, because we don't see movies about them really. We don't see TV shows. I think after The Sopranos, you can't do another mafia show because it's just not going to be as good. You don't see any Martin Scorsese mafia or movies anymore. So I think people just think the mafia don't exist. And they're still out there, man.
I think the other thing is too, you don't really see them getting caught up as much. Like you see a lot of hood people, hood niggas and all that shit, gangs outside, but you don't really hear about, hey, it was a FBI bus on the mafia, so and so. You don't really think about that. I mean, I'm not sitting there saying I don't know anything about the mafia, but I guess you kind of think that they just retired or just low key don't really doing it. Kind of like the Queen Elizabeth, how she was, where technically she's the queen, but just kind of not running the country type deal. I guess maybe people looked at it like that, but they still out here, man.
Yeah, I think it's just I think you don't hear the public flashy mafia dudes no more, man. Like you don't see John Gotti type dudes. You don't see, there's nobody we know on the first name or a name basis connected with the mafia really. Maybe they just went more underground and more low key at this point, but I think that's the main thing. And I've also heard this too, a crazy take, the idea that it's racial in nature to involve these basketball players And everybody, well, why ain't they showing the mafia dudes? Why are they all showing the NBA players and coach that got arrested? Well, because these are the most famous people involved in the case, man.
They were
All
the
right.
face. Like
Yes.
they, and maybe this is a racial thing too. I don't know, but the mafia people clearly wanted them as the face of it. So they wanted Chauncey Billups, and I don't know. I don't think Terry Rozier was part of that part, but they wanted Chauncey Billups as the guy that said, "Hey, come to my poker night," to to kind of scam a little bit. I'm kind of wondering why they didn't get Tommy DeVito or some shit. Remember the quarterback? Why they didn't get him to do this shit? But yeah, I don't think it's nothing like that. I think it's just they need a famous person who probably know a lot of people with a lot of money that's willing to play poker with them.
And apparently it's been going on for a long time. What's up, Matt? Shout out to you on YouTube. Says, happy Friday, guys. Checking in from my local Halloween fest. Have a great one. Peace. Hope you're having a good time, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, y'all doing there? Maybe it's the first Friday, I guess.
Yeah, because next weekend, I guess Halloween is the 31st, right?
Yeah, that's a Friday.
So, yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh,
This year Halloween fell on the weekend. And Ghetto Boys trick or treat in. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So, the other part of it, Terry Rozier, who was. Let me bring up the actual notes I have here, if I can find it. Okay, there are two separate indictments. The first involves 6 defendants accused of participating in a sports corruption scheme that exploited insider information involving NBA players and teams. The defendants leveraged their connections to place prop bets based on confidential insider information, winning tens of thousands of dollars per bet. And the second one was what Chauncey Billups was involved in, a nationwide scheme to rig illegal poker games. And they use high-tech cheating technology to steal millions of dollars from victims in the underground poker games that were secretly fixed. Well, at least Chauncey was making M's.
Yeah.
Terry Rozier was like doing this for $5,000 and shit.
Yeah.
Kind of chump change when you're talking about Fed time. But
and then the thing he was doing though was he would give people the heads up like, hey, I'm gonna leave this game with a foot injury, and so bet the under on my points and all this other stuff. So you have a bunch of motherfuckers betting the under on Terry Rozier. It wasn't like it was Steph Curry or anything. So you had a whole bunch of people betting the under on Terry Rozier, and he just so happened to lead the game in under 9 minutes with a foot injury. So he was on that type of time.
Yeah, that shit was wild, man. Matt on YouTube says it's a week-long deal downtown, usually the full week before. Chili cookout, rides, street foods, good times. That's what's up, man.
Okay.
Sounds good. Hope you're having a good time out there, bro. TJ said once Billups got involved, there might have not have been no way out. Mafia would have made sure he stayed in. Yeah, I guess.
I kind of thought about that because obviously we don't know the situation. But I was wondering if they kind of, I don't think it was his choice. Like, yeah, I'll look out for y'all. I wonder if it was a thing where, maybe Chauncey Billups, I don't know what he was into in the past or anything. Maybe that was kind of like his protection a little bit, where they make sure he good and all that. And in return, we just do some poker games. We gonna keep it as normal. We gonna run it. You gonna play, you gonna get the people there, and we'll handle the rest. Which, by the way, I don't think you brought this up, but they had the fucking X-ray tables.
Yeah,
where you can see the what cards everybody got. Was in the deck. They had some glasses where you could see what card it is. They was on the cameras and all that shit. That was some James Bond type shit, man.
Yeah, and apparently this would have been known. People have been bringing up some old podcast clips of like random poker players talking about how they know about this Chauncey Billups thing. And they thought it was weird because every time the pro players would go there, they would lose. And they would lose against Chauncey Billups and people who are not pro players, people who are like amateurs. And they'll be like, how are you amateurs beating us? What the fuck is going on? And they still go back because they'd be like, hey, there's no way they actually beat us, right? So, and I think some NBA players were involved too. Like they went there and played. So, yeah, that's some dirty shit. And again, these are niggas got like millions of dollars, man, which is really the confusing part. That's just disgusting greed at that point.
Yeah.
You're an NBA coach making millions. You're an NBA Hall of Famer. You actually have a legacy to lose here.
Yeah.
Like you get Chauncey Billups, you get a championship ring with Detroit.
Championship ring. Did he win MVP too?
I think so. I think it's Finals MVP, right?
Finals MVP. Yeah. They called him Big Shot.
NBA Hall of Famer, man. He had a lot to lose here, and he threw it away for some fucking poker games. And I know he made money off that, but you already had millions of dollars throughout your NBA career. It's just kind of disgusting greed going on at this point, especially with the Cherry Rozier thing. It's like, how much are you really getting off these prop bets, man, compared to your regular guaranteed NBA contracts? I don't know.
The first thing I thought about with that though, because I agree with you. I'm kind of in the same type of time where it's like, dog, you making millions of dollars, guaranteed dollars too. But I guess a lot of people don't really think about how it might be a lot of these players that's in so much debt. How, they came into the league, they probably spending way more than what they really have.
Yeah, that probably is the case, to be fair.
And because I don't see a reason why somebody who just got the money already and they're good and they're trying to make $200,000 or a quick little $5,000, they're actively trying to do that. And the only reason I can see somebody doing that is, first of all, you're addicted. You got a gambling problem at that point. And two, you don't really have the money that your contract says. You probably owe a lot of people. You probably going through all your money and all this other stuff. And you just trying to, you're in debt pretty much. Kind of like how, have you ever seen somebody that make more money than you, but always broke and always asking for money? Where it's just like, dog, you got a better job than me. You making $100,000 a year. Why you keep asking me to borrow money? But they be in so much debt, they probably got all this shit that they really can't afford realistically. So I can see, somebody like a Terry Rozier who had a respectable career as far as like money, getting paid and stuff. But that motherfucker probably out there spending money he ain't really got. And now you scrambling, trying to pick up side gigs and all that shit, trying to, make a living. I wouldn't be surprised it was something like that too.
Yeah, and you also have to think, look, this is an easy way to make 5, 10K. All I gotta do is make a call and tell somebody I'm gonna go out the game. So, I mean, he got money, but he ain't gonna turn down what he sees as an easy 10, 5, 10, 15K just to make a call to somebody. So,
but see, the thing is, and look, I agree 100% with you. But the thing is, that's putting your job in jeopardy, man. Like I would do a lot of stuff, but when it comes to shit, is that put my job in jeopardy? Then ain't no amount of money worth losing my job and potentially being banned. So at that point, I'm like, man, I would have been scared to do something like that. If somebody told me, hey, all you got to do is just give me this information, you get a little $5,000. As much as I probably need that $5,000, I'm like, man, nah, I can't lose this job. So, but yeah, I said, I know I'm kind of giving that point of view, but it's still stupid, man. It's still stupid. You got all that money. It's no way you should be trying to do all of this shit, man.
Yeah. And to your point about them being threatened, the FBI also said that Jonte Porter was threatened to participate in the sports gambling scheme because of his gambling debt. And maybe that's the case for all of them. Maybe they just all got caught up with gambling debt and they said, look, we gonna let it go. we ain't gonna break your kneecaps, but in turn, you got to help us with this shit. And that's probably how it started. Lamont on X, what's up, Lamont? Lamont says, I am no punk, but I am kind of worried about these NBA players linked in with these mafia families. These cats will delete you if they think you are singing like a canary. Now, I don't think NBA players gonna get killed by the mafia. I mean, that's never happened. This is not like soccer in Brazil where they will kill players over some shit. But maybe they're family members, maybe they're people they know, family and friends might be in danger. I don't think the NBA player is going to get killed by the mafia, but I think, you know, the lower profile people that might be associated with them might be being threatened. I don't know, but that is kind of scary to think about.
Would you be surprised if somebody like Chauncey Billups was kind of in debt and a lot of debt, was, you know, had gambling issues, and now he just kind of forced to put on these poker games to bring in the people to kind of make up his debt a little bit?
I would be surprised because I wonder like how much debt you got to be in to do some shit like that. It must be like we're talking tens of millions of dollars of gambling debt. And it's scary to think how easy gambling is. Really some silly shit if you think about it, dog. Because I be seeing stuff about, you know, the UFC president Dana White, how he'll just go in and casually lose $2-3 million a night in Vegas gambling. And I'm like, do you know what you could do with that money, man? I'm not saying you got to donate it, but to just throw it away. Yeah. And that's insane to me. $2, $3, $4 million in a night. Gone.
Dude, $20,000 can change somebody's life, man.
Yes.
That can change somebody. Hey, I will $10,000. That's like, I mean, I ain't gonna sit there and say this life changing, but you know, that can help. That can get me to go a long way, man. Just a little $10,000. And you doing $3-4 million?
Just throwing it away. That's insane to me, man. And these high stake gambling shit, I'm sure that's the thing. It must be like an adrenaline thing. Because when you bet $1 million and win $2 million, that must be like the greatest rush in the world to be like, damn, I just won $2 million, not doing shit. But then you gamble it again and lose it. So yeah. I'm sure it's just the high they're chasing. It has to be.
I kind of got like that. The one and only time I actually played a card game, I was playing blackjack, and I put down the 20, and I ended up winning. So I'm like 40. I'm like, okay. Yep. I'm like, this is and so I was doing like what's his name, Rico, and Paid in Full. You got the shirt on?
Yeah,
I'm like, double up. I was like, can't double up. Here we go, double up, Mr. Mitch. Man, they took that 40 so fast, and I was just like, I ain't even had time to process it yet. It was just like, hit me, yep, that's it. And I was just like, I'm like, what the fuck? It was going that quick. And I'm like, you know what? Let me take what I got left and just walk away, man. Because I could see how somebody could be there like, hold on, let me try to get this money back. And you sit there and next thing you know, you going to the ATM machine, going to the savings.
Yep. And that the way you really know it's rigged is the fact that if you win too much, they kick you out.
Yeah.
They kick you out. They're always looking for some loop to not pay you some crazy bet. If I've seen a lot of people posting videos of that, they had a bet that they won a lot of money off of. Then the gambling then you try to use some kind of loophole or excuse to not pay it out. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, if I can't use an excuse to not pay you money I owe you, right? So why can you use some excuse to not pay me money I won? Shit's crazy to me, man.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
Lamont also says, I'm going to throw in a name for you guys that will link the NBA to the streets. We all know Big U is locked up in the feds. Big U is linked with an NBA gambling situation where Adrian Broner scammed some NBA players and they hired him for muscle. Could Big U be involved in some way? I gotta look up Big U, man. I know Adrian Broner, of course. I don't know why you hire him for security, because he can't even win his own fights. But I gotta look up. I'm not familiar with that situation, man. I gotta look him up.
I know. Oh, that's Big U. I know who that is. He's part of the Rolling 60s in LA. And his son played for the Chargers. His son is a linebacker for the Chargers.
I think I've seen this guy before. He's a former manager of Corrupt and Nipsey Hussle too.
Yeah, he just got locked up, I want to say, probably like earlier this year or last year. And his son literally, I think it's the linebacker for the Chargers. The same last name and everything. And I think he did a couple Instagram lives before he went to jail, which I always thought was silly. But he had his family in the car and all that stuff. And yeah, hey man, it don't surprise me at all. Like I know
it's possible. Like I definitely think it's possible there was somebody working in the middle, because I doubt that the NBA players approached the mafia or the mafia approached the NBA players. It's possible they didn't even know they were working with the mafia, man. Like that's happened before. People were involved in shit with the mafia that they didn't even know they were, because they used secondary people and people to use were go-betweens. And a lot of times these gang members be connected with the mafia, man. They have different connects and they just approach you. You already know them. And they're like, hey, I got something you can get in on, man. Just give me this. And you get 10K, 15K, whatever. And that's their go-between. They might not even know any of these mafia dudes.
Yeah,
they just know him.
They don't know the upper heads. That's
exactly
the guy that approached you.
So it's definitely possible, man. It's happened before. So we'll see. The FBI will probably reveal more shit as the cases go on.
Do you think Adam Silver's job is kind of in jeopardy a little bit? Because
I mean,
it's a lot going on right now, man. That gambling stuff is kicking the NBA's ass right now, like with the betting and all that shit. And now I feel like now, and I don't even know how much this is linked to the NBA, but just the whole Chauncey Billups, he's a current head coach, by the way. Yeah, just finished coaching the game and got arrested the next day. And just that, and then the headline linked with the mafia. So I'm wondering, is that going to kind of put his job a little bit in jeopardy? Because it seemed like he kind of losing the fight here, man.
I think the worst look for him is the fact that it looks like they tried to hide the shit with Terry Rozier. Like he went out with an injury, supposedly a foot injury, but he was actually like stealth suspended for this gambling shit because they knew it happened. They investigated him and they eventually cleared him, I think they said. And then the FBI brings this up.
Yeah.
The NBA cleared him, yeah. And then this shit comes up later on. So that's the worst look. The idea that they might have tried to cover this shit up somehow. But as far as his job being in danger, I don't think so yet. It would have to be something where it looks like a league-wide thing is going on. Like the worst case scenario with the Tim Donaghy shit back in the David Stern days was the idea that multiple refs were fixing games to influence betting. That was worst case scenario because that throws the integrity of the league into question. So they were lucky enough they could pin it on one guy and act like it was just him. When we all know it wasn't just him. You know, Scott Foster's still in the league to this day, reffing games. His best friend, Tim Donaghy's best friend, is still in the league reffing games. So I don't think, the owners have to fire the commissioner. And as long as, from the owner's perspective, the commissioner is doing his job, they don't have a problem with him. So I don't think he's on the hot seat yet. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's on a hot seat with them yet. But if this gets any bigger, he will have to be the fall guy. Somebody's got to be the fall guy if it gets worse than this.
Yeah, that's kind of my point too, man. Just not only it's not just like it's just this situation. This situation happened. If this was the only time a situation like this happened, then I would say no. But this ain't the first time this happened. You had the Jonte Poyer thing happen. You had you had some other instances. Even the whole Kawhi Leonard thing.
Which they're just sweeping that under the rug too.
Yeah, so it seemed like it's a lot of stuff going on, and I forgot who it was. It might have been Tim Donaghy, who somehow probably making a living off of just talking about the crooked NBA and all that shit. But yeah, you had other people saying that it's more to this story. It might be more coming, just situations and stuff like this. So if that's the case, man, that's making the NBA look bad. And they might the owners might love Adam Silver, but if it's making the NBA, the Shield, and the brand look bad, they might have to say, "Hey, you got to step down because we got to make this money, and this you got us looking bad right now." So that's why I'm kind of wondering. I wonder if it's getting close to his job kind of being in jeopardy a little bit, because the house is on fire right now. he got quite a few fires he trying to put out. And yeah, I'm just kind of curious. It kind of sucked too, because I felt like it was a good opening week for the NBA.
Oh yeah, it was great. Highest rating I think in a long time.
Yeah, you had some good games. You had NBA on NBC back. You got Inside the NBA on ESPN is still Inside the NBA. So it's really fucked up that all of this shit just happened now, especially with the federonis coming in on the NBA. So so I'm wondering, like, damn, is this job kind of looking a little sketchy right now? Because it's looking a little rough.
Yeah, the issue is the league is too much in bed with these gambling companies, and they really can't. They're not going to back out and lose that money. But the real issue is the prop bets, man. I don't see how they were okay with this and didn't see this coming. The idea that you can take the over or under on some fucking no-name bench player and win money off that? What did you think was going to happen, man? Y'all really think that somebody making a league minimum isn't going to bet on himself and throw a game or play worse or take himself out if he has a chance to make an extra 5-10K in a night?
Yeah.
Like, come on. That's the real issue, man. The prop bets are what enabled all this shit. And unfortunately, that's the way these companies make most of their money off prop bets. So they're not going to take that away. So what can you really do at this point?
Yeah,
they're stuck now, man. So I don't know what they can do. They just have to keep arresting people and hope that it sends a message to not do this.
Yeah,
but,
or honestly, I think this kind of had to be an Adam Silver thing too, where if he really got to lay down the law at this point, man. I mean, we got to find out more on the Chauncey Billups thing. And Terry Rozier, it seemed like that's kind of set in stone now. It seemed like I think it might be safe to say he did that shit, man. You could kind of see the writing on the walls with that, but
have you seen that highlight package of him?
Yes.
Looking like he was intentionally throwing games and shit.
Yeah, I think all of that is there. Chauncey Billups, it's no telling what's behind that. But as far as throwing the games, what Terry Rozier was doing, he got to ban him from even touching the basketball. He got to lay down the law, man. Even with Chauncey Billups, man. Because I wouldn't be surprised. I think people were trying to say Chauncey Billups might have been throwing some games too. But Adam Silver got to come in, take his fucking his Hall of Fame jacket. He got to do some shit where you got to scare people away from even doing this type of stuff, man. Because people are going to do it, man, or at least going to be tempted to do it, even if it's some type of way they could get around it, which I think Terry Rozier was doing, where he said, "Hey, this person ain't playing tonight, so bet this," or "This person is hurt, so we, you know." They got to come down on it, man. They got to lay the law down to really put a stop to this, because it's point blank at this point. Even looking at the NFL, man, I know you had a couple stories where guys was kind of being stupid with it, Calvin Ridley type stupid, but you ain't getting that much in the NFL like that. Maybe they doing a good sweeping it under the rug or some shit.
I think the NFL has cracked down even harder, because the NFL has some kind of crazy strict rules about betting. They say you can't bet on anything on NFL property. I think some people got banned or suspended for that, even though they weren't betting on NFL games. It was like some unrelated shit, but it happened at like a team hotel or something. And you would think that's not NFL premises, but it counts. So if you're anywhere in anything involving the NFL and you place a bet and you're an active player, they get you. I don't think the NBA rules are that strict. So I don't know. It is more of a players' league. So, but yeah, these are pretty bad. I think the NFL is cracked down more than the NBA has so far. But it's a bad look, man. Lamont said Adam Silver's job is going to come to Rozier of letting him play after sports books alerted him. Yeah, that's what looks rough about him. The fact that they knew, it looked like they tried to cover it up or some shit.
Yeah, that kind of brought up the point. I don't know if you've seen this, but I think it was Windhorse who was talking about that they knew what was going on and he still played, and they faked the injury and all this other stuff to kind of sweep it under the rug. And somebody brought up a point. They showed a picture of Michael Jordan in the minor leagues and said this was his suspension.
Okay, we gotta clear that up, man. All right, let's talk about this, because I've seen this brought up several times. The biggest rumors surrounding Michael Jordan. Number one, let me ask you this in Michael Jordan news: what'd you think about his interview on NBA on NBC that they apparently paid a lot of money for? And I don't know what it was about. I didn't see the whole thing, but did you see it? And if so, what are your thoughts on the interview with Michael Jordan?
Yeah, so the interview, it was only a piece of the interview. I think what they did a one long interview. I think they gonna air a piece of it every week or something like that. So Michael Jordan got over like a fat rat with that one. He probably got a lot of money for that interview. It's probably one freaking interview. However, I kind of enjoyed I was interested in the interview more than I thought I would be, man. I actually watched I watched the one they put out there, and I realized I think I was interested in it because you never really hear from Michael Jordan. You never really get a Michael Jordan interview. I think the most we got was that Last Dance documentary, and that was all him. And but I realized you never really hear Michael Jordan weighing in on what the current NBA is and that type of stuff. Now, this interview, he didn't really get into it yet. I think he was just talking about how he missed playing basketball. He said some other stuff, but it made me realize, I'm like, damn, I want to know who Michael Jordan like to watch in this current NBA. Who he think is good, that type of thing. So I found myself like, damn, I kind of want to hear more from Michael Jordan. I know we ain't going to get it like that, but I was actually more interested than I thought I would be, because I was never really interested in getting to know Michael Jordan or nothing. I feel like we know what it is, but this little short interview, I was just like, damn, I kind of want more of it.
And this is the thing, and this is why I also think that nothing will ever beat the Last Dance, the documentary, because in the age of social media, we're used to every superstar talking to us a lot. Yeah. And Michael Jordan is like the one guy who won't talk. when he does talk and has something to say, he'll keep it very short and PR. So when he actually does sit down with somebody, you're plugged in because you really want to know what he thinks about shit. We spend so much time talking about Michael Jordan, especially sports shows to this day. Spend so much time talking about Michael Jordan, and we still don't really know how he feels about LeBron James, for example. He never actually said his thoughts, his true, honest thoughts about LeBron James, and all this stuff we kind of make up in our head. So it is interesting to hear him talk about anything because it's so rare to see him talk and say what he's thinking. So I think that's the big draw of it. But he definitely did fucking finesse NBC with this shit. You know what this reminds me of? Do you remember the Game album, the Red album?
Yeah.
Do you remember there was a bunch of Dr. Dre skits?
Yeah.
And he pumped that up like, I got Dr. Dre. This is years after the split from Aftermath and all that. And he pumped up having Dr. Dre on the album. And it was like 4 skits of 20 seconds of Dr. Dre saying random shit.
Yeah. No, I remember that.
Look at the track. I looked at the track list. It's Dr. Dre intro, 26 seconds. Dr. Dre 1, 25 seconds. Dr. Dre 2, 24 seconds. Dr. Dre outro, 30 seconds. He split up like less than 2 minutes into 4 tracks or 5 tracks on the album. Yeah, so that's what this interview kind of feels like.
He kind of did it too with remember that song with Tyler the Creator and Lil Wayne, Marshes versus Goblins? And I don't even think Lil Wayne actually on that song. I don't think he had a verse, and it was just a quick. I think
he did the hook.
Yeah, it was just I'm a motherfucking Martian, and that was and I wasn't sure if that was like a little sample or was that really Lil Wayne doing that. But no, I know exactly what you thought. That's exactly what he did. He just and they pumped it up like he's gonna be an NBC contributor and all this other stuff. And I'm like, really? Because I'm like, Michael Jordan at this age, he finally getting into the media in the media game. Usually people they get into it a little early at the retirement type deal. And I'm like, what is Michael Jordan doing? I think they showed the price he was paid and all that. And man, it's just one fucking interview that they go break up the whole season.
Yep. Hey, I get it though. I get it. The man knows his worth.
Hey, don't milk them. At his house. Mike Tirico went to his house to do this.
I'm surprised he didn't force them to have Ahmad Rashad do it. I'm surprised he even accepted Mike Tirico to do the interview. But
hey, man, that's a lot of money just for you to come to my house.
Yep.
Just talk to me a little bit.
Yeah, he already probably 3 whiskeys deep. He's just saying random shit.
With
you know,
my
rich friend's house and shot a free throw. Oh, okay. Riveting stuff, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, with them yellow. He ain't even got no yellow eyes no more. That brother got some orange eyes.
Yeah. That's years of that drink, man. His devil powers, he can't hide them no more. They're coming out. But the reason I brought up Michael Jordan was to address these narratives about his retirement and quote unquote suspension. First off, the biggest rumor about Michael Jordan probably is that his dad was killed under I guess different circumstances than what we know. And people, there's been rumors that it was gambling debt related. Now, there's been no proof of any of this. No, there's no look, you can look it up. There's nobody saying with any knowledge of the situation saying anything like this. Not the people who did it, not anyone involved, not the FBI. Nobody is claimed. Like, I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying there's absolutely no proof of it happening. Rumor number 2. His first retirement was actually a suspension from David Stern, and he went to go play baseball because he was suspended from the NBA.
That's my favorite one right there.
Again, no proof at all. Everybody involved, including David Stern, has denied it and said it was stupid. Why would David Stern suspend his money tree, basically his cash cow, to go play baseball and make some other league more famous. Like David Stern had the balls to suspend Michael Jordan, no matter what he did, man. Unless he was tried for murder, I don't think there's anything Michael Jordan could have done to get suspended from the league, man. Did you see how he was officiated? They loved him.
And this is David Stern too. He
Yes.
ain't no choir boy, man. He was all about that money, man. What moves the needle? Like, he wasn't no choir boy where he trying to be the moral police and say, "Oh no, Michael, you shouldn't gamble anymore." So we gonna put you. He ain't give a damn about none of that.
No, the Michael Jordan retired because number one, his dad died. Number two, he was burnt out. I mean, he already won 3 championships in a row. He was getting up there in age. He wanted to try something different while he still had the body that could do it. I get that it's inconceivable in today's generation, but it didn't seem all that crazy back. Well, I guess it was kind of crazy when it happened, but I didn't think it was something extremely out the ordinary. Like, he wanted to play baseball for a little bit. He was not suspended for gambling. David Stern would not suspend him for anything, like I said, outside of maybe murder. So, no, I don't believe that one either. Now, I believe that Michael Jordan is a serious serial gambler, and I'm sure he's gotten into deep debt, and I'm sure there's been consequences. Not saying that that's why his dad was killed, but I'm sure there's been consequences for him because, I mean, people have admitted he will gamble on anything. And we saw in a documentary, yes, he was gambling with a random dudes who didn't have no money on fucking dice rolls and shit. He loves gambling. But I think those two narratives are false until there's some kind of proof besides just a fucking internet conspiracy that it happened. So I'm just kind of getting sick of it. I see people say that like it's a fact. Oh, Michael Jordan's actually suspended. No, he wasn't. I'm sick of seeing that on the internet. He was not suspended. David Stern would not suspend him for some shit that nobody knew about. So get the fuck out of here, man.
I just thought it was hilarious too because you got the news about Adam Silver, how they tried to pretty much hide the whole Terry Rozier thing under the rug due to gambling and all that shit. And it was like, oh, see, that's what happened to Michael Jordan. I'm just like, and like you said, no proof where you could say, man, that didn't. Like, it's just when it comes to mob and all that other stuff, mafia, then it's like, oh, it don't have to be proof because it's from the mafia. So I'm like, man, this is hilarious.
They just say it like it's true, man. Oh, that's Michael Jordan. That's just like what happened to Michael Jordan. All right, man.
It's kind of like the Jay Leno thing where he had to be, I guess, allegedly fell down a hill and had to and all that. It's like, oh yeah, that was from the mafia. He owed the mafia some money, and it just kind of took a story of his own. We're just like, all right, man. And that could be true. It wouldn't surprise me with Jay Leno, but it's just like, man, where's the proof of that?
Yeah. Now, look, that Jay Leno, when it looked like he got his ass beat. But again, there's no proof of it. You would think somebody would see Jay Leno get his ass whooped if it happened. But that did look like an ass whooping. His whole eye was fucking swollen up, man. And but I don't know. And this brings me back to another tangent, but I'll get to Lamont's comment first because he asked, have you guys ever seen the story of Chamillionaire meeting Michael Jordan for the first time? Not only have I seen it, that is one of my favorite videos on the internet. The way Chamillionaires told that story was better than Game of Thrones, dog. If you haven't seen it, look up Chamillionaire Michael Jordan. You'll find it immediately. This is in the early days of the internet, kind of. Chamillionaire uploaded a video where he talked about meeting Michael Jordan for the first time and how he wanted to take a picture with Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan was with, and he just spent like $10,000 on a Michael Jordan jersey or some shit like that. and he wanted to take a picture with Michael Jordan. So he asked him, and I guess Michael Jordan was with his friends. He was with Paul Pierce at the time as well, and I guess come in there went up to Michael Jordan and asked him for a picture, and Michael Jordan said, "Who the fuck are you?" And Paul Pierce said, "Hey, that's a chameleonaire." And Michael Jordan said, "I don't give a fuck. I ain't taking no pictures with no niggas." and they said, "Well, Commander just spent like $10K on your jersey, man." And he said, "I'll tell you what, if you pay me $10,000 right now, I'll take a picture with him." Commander was talking about how heated he was. Like, "Oh man, I was thinking about all the great moments I've seen of Michael Jordan, and now I just want to smack the shit out of him, man. I want to."
That is hilarious.
Yeah, Michael Jordan is a known asshole, man. But this brings me to my tangent, man. I got to bring up things that were just said as truth on the internet. One of my friends brought this up recently. Remember the Tommy Hilfiger quote that got passed around, and everybody just acted like it was true?
Yeah,
Tommy Hilfiger saying that he didn't want niggas wearing his shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
You look it up. I gotta look up the actual quote. Tommy Hilfiger.
I remember that because
number one, the first thing I was gonna bring up, the fake quote. Michael Jordan was under fire for not supporting a potential black mayor who was running for mayor, a black man running for mayor, black in like the mid 90s, I think. And people were critiquing him, and allegedly somebody asked him why he's not supporting this guy publicly. And Michael Jordan apparently said, "Republicans buy shoes too."
Yeah.
Now, there is no actual source of him saying this. I don't know how it actually got circulated around. People looked into this, and there's really no proof that he actually said this. But then again, he's never denied saying it. So I do think that's how he feels. But that, to be fair, that is not. There's no actual proof of him saying that.
Yeah.
Now, Tommy Hilfiger. Go ahead.
Oh no, real quick while we on Michael Jordan, the other one that people always get confused about is Michael Jordan owned all the some prisons.
Wait, what? Nah, what's this?
Yeah, no, everybody kept saying Michael Jackson owned the prisons because this was kind of connected to the Republicans buy sneakers too. And they said Michael Jordan owns the prisons, but apparently I think it's somebody else. I think it's another person. His name might be Michael Jordan. And I think he owns a prison. It might be a white guy. Let me see if I can find it.
Michael Jordan owned the prisons. What the fuck?
Yeah, they say he was invested in private prisons. That's what it was. So
I've not heard this one before, man. Damn.
Yeah, the funny thing is people used to always bring that up whenever they bring up the whole Republicans buy shoes too. And then they kind of switch over to, yeah, he ain't down with us. He's invested in private prisons that's holding black people back, all this other stuff. And
now,
when I was young, I thought it was true. I mean, we couldn't really fact check it back then, but it wasn't until I want to say about 10 years ago, something crazy like that, where I'm like, that's not even true. And I think he might have came out and said that was true. That wasn't true.
I've never heard that, but that's not surprised me. I thought you were going to say that that's the reason he made his shoes so expensive and rare. So people would rob each other over it, and he is vested in private prisons, so he would make more money, I guess, with more. I don't know how that works, but yeah, that is wild. I haven't heard of that, man.
Yeah,
that's
so
crazy.
I'm looking this up now. So it was pretty much they say is a case of false mistaken identity. As a different person named Michael Jordan, a former Oregon public servant, who was the one that's linked to this kind of investment. So not not the NBA Michael Jordan. It's another guy named Michael Jordan.
That's too funny, man.
But people
That's
still
too
say
funny.
that
Yeah.
shit, man.
I'm sure before Michael Jordan got super famous, there's a lot of Michael Jordans out there.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah.
kind of a common name a little bit.
Yeah. Sidebar. I didn't like how that guy on the Seahawks was named Kobe Bryant. That should annoy
Oh
me,
yeah,
man. Like,
yeah,
but it was spelled COBE. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
yeah.
Lamont, go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead.
Lamont said, when I was in the military in Norfolk, Virginia, lots of North Carolina cats would tell us that Michael Jordan sold his soul to the devil. I mean, he probably did. How else to explain his evil nature and his greatness at playing basketball, man? Drunk Forever said, man, Chauncey Billups told me he was just going to be playing Uno. Yeah, man. He gonna know that that fucking drop 4 coming before you do. So
Yeah. By the way, this is the Michael Jordan that in the prison.
How it looks just like him, man. Looks just like him. I can see how you mistake that. You know, very, very similar. I like how you see the real Michael Jordan. I like the real Michael Jordan. They're both Michael Jordan, but dog, you imagine the fucking how annoyed his if he has kids, how upset the fucking classmates would be when they say Michael Jordan's coming. Hey kids, Michael Jordan's coming tomorrow for Parent Teacher Day. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Man, I'll fucking
remember ESPN did a commercial about that where it was some regular white dude named Michael Jordan.
Dog, fucking Space Jam 2 did that joke with Michael B. Jordan. When at the end, when Bugs Bunny or somebody said, I got Michael Jordan, it was Michael B. Jordan. So
yeah.
Lamont says, on a serious tip, which shoes has the most sales, Jordans or Chuck Taylors? Chuck Taylors are cheaper, and white people love them. So I would say Chucks, but I don't know. I would say Chucks just because they're more affordable. But I think Jordans gross more because they're fucking $200 a pair.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Fuck. Oh yeah, the Tommy Hilfiger quote. I got to come back to this, man, because my friend brought this up because he actually linked me the video of Tommy Hilfiger actually went on Oprah to clear this up. This is how big the rumor got. Tommy there was a quote, like a spread quote over the internet in the early days of the internet, back before like fucking Google and shit. A rumor spread that Tommy Hilfiger went on the Oprah show and he said something to the effect of that if he knew blacks and Hispanics would buy Tommy Hilfiger and wear it, he wouldn't have started the brand. And the story goes that Oprah was so pissed at that quote and what he said that she threw him off the show. Now, you have to understand, back in the day, there was no way to check.
There was no force.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you missed the Oprah show, that was it.
Yeah.
There's no rewinding and going back.
And on top of that, you hearing from somebody else.
Yes.
It's a game of telephone. So you might be in the barber shop and the motherfucker at the end of the in the end chair sitting there giving you all of this. So now you're going back like, man, don't wear no Tommy Hilfiger, man. You heard what happened on the Oprah show? Dog, that's how I found that. I think I found out about that through somebody else. I thought it was true. I felt like I wouldn't be surprised if sales really hit him a little bit because
they 100% did, because that's why he cleared it up.
Yeah, because I felt like a lot of people really stopped wearing Tommy. I remember people getting clowned for wearing Tommy. Like, man, what you wearing Tommy for? He racist. That was a real thing. And look, I had no way to prove it. And you know, you gonna try and at that time, that's when you kind of switch over to FUBU and all that shit. So it was
Polo, like MC was saying. Dog, I got the clip. Let's play some of this fucking shit. Because he had to go, and the quality is terrible, but he had to go on the Oprah show and prove that. I don't know why the link looks like. Oh, there we go. So he had to actually clear this up on the Oprah show because the rumor was so widespread, and I believed it because Pimp C said it.
Yeah.
I'm saying Polo, fuck that Hill figure. And until he died, he was saying that shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, this must be true. It's him saying it. So here's the clip of him clearing up the misconception, that misquote that had been on the internet for a long time. Go to the beginning of it. I think it. All right.
Okay, so this is astounding to me. And in just the last few months, we got another huge stack of letters about this very rumor from viewers across the country. So today, for the very first time in Oprah show history, Tommy Hilfiger is here, and we're setting the record straight once and for all.
Oh, it's good for anybody, huh?
So let's start with the email that's going around. Here's what it says. It says that I'm sure many of you watched the recent taping of the Oprah Winfrey Show, where her guest was Tommy Hilfiger. And on the show, Oprah asked him if he had said, quote, if I had known African Americans, Hispanics, Jews, and Asians would buy my clothes, I would not have made them so nice. I wish.
Hey, that's everybody.
Right.
That's everybody.
If I knew non-white people would buy my clothes, I wouldn't have made them so nice.
He said African American. They said African Americans, Hispanics, Asians, Jews. Like who else? Who else?
White Christians in America, I guess, and Europeans maybe. I guess that's all who could wear it.
Like if Jews can't wear your shit, man.
These people would not buy my clothes as they are made for upper class white people. His answer to Oprah was a simple yes when she asked him, and she then immediately asked him to leave her show. That's the rumor that's going around on the internet, and I'm sure many of you have heard this rumor, correct? So let's break this down. Tommy, in the 21 years that we've been on the air, have you ever been on the show before today?
Unfortunately not.
Unfortunately not. This rumor has been going on, as far as I can tell, for at least the past decade.
At least 10 years.
At least 10 years. And when you first heard it, Tommy, what did you think?
I didn't believe it. I thought it was crazy. And friends of mine said they'd heard the rumor. I said, it's crazy. There's that can't be. I was never on the Oprah show. I would never say that.
Yeah.
And all my friends and family who know me and people who work with me and people who have grown up with me said that's crazy.
Well, did you, as if Tommy, and it is true, has never been here before today, then I could never have possibly asked him to leave the set. So that is what I call the category of a BFL, a big fat lie. That's a big fat lie. That never happened.
Oprah was so corny.
That's a BFL.
How people watch it? How did Oprah get so famous, man? She's so corny, dog. That's a BFL, a big fat lie. All right, man. So yeah, that was, and that, again, that was years after the fact that this rumor, like she said, was going around for like 10 plus years before he actually showed up to clear it up officially, because it was still going around. There are people to this day that still believe that was true, man. To this day, think that Tommy Hilfiger actually said that shit. But that did 100% kill Hilfiger in the black community, man. That rumor
still kind of
hit.
Dude, it's probably still some people that think that's true.
100%.
Yeah, because like you don't see. I mean, I got one Tommy Hilfiger jacket. It's a Texans Tommy Hilfiger collab, but I feel like that kind of knocked them down a lot, man. Where I think we end up going to something else at that point.
Polo.
Yeah, Polo. I think around that time, FUBU.
Yeah.
So much other streetwear that it was easy to just get away from Tommy.
Lamont says, I'm older than y'all, and this was before the internet, but there was a huge rumor that the KKK, the Southern Bamas, created the troop shoes. I haven't heard that. I haven't even heard of troop shoes before, but the idea that the KKK would have a clothing brand It's kind of.
I remember these shoes.
Troop. I know the R&B group.
Yeah, I remember these shoes. I didn't know what the hell they were though.
They a few of them might have been ahead of their time. I see a couple clean looking ones in here on eBay. And he said,
"There's no way in hell y'all thought the KKK was
right." The KKK making fly shit now. Okay,
they ain't got that much flyness, man.
Yeah.
Hey, them hoodies would have been. Hey, the white hoodies would have been looking fly. They would
have made like all white shoes with a Confederate flag on it, or some shit, some secret Viking iconography or something. But it would not be this shit. that blue and gray and black one look kind of clean, man. I like that one.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't see how that fucking the KKK had his clothing was making shoes. All right. And Lamont also said, I feel like y'all cats are debunking all of my childhood myths, I believe. What next? The Smurfs? Everybody had the same Smurf story. You got to put me up on that because I don't know what the Smurfs are. They supposed to be like the black people or something? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what the Smurfs rumor is, man. You gotta put me up on that. But anyway, I forgot how he even got here. We're talking about Michael Jordan and some other shit.
We was actually talking about what was it? Terry, the NBA gambling.
Oh yeah.
And how it's and people start talking about the Michael Jordan fake.
So look, if there's more to come, we'll see. I am interested in seeing how deep it goes. I don't think we've hit the panic button stage yet, but it looks bad. It's a bad look for the league. It's already, there's so much going on that really makes me wonder, if any of this shit's legitimate. Like we were talking about the Monday night game, how it was officiated, the NBA games, how they're officiated. And that's really the worst thing, that when you're watching the game, it brings into question if this shit is even real sometimes. When you see a player uncharacteristically get into foul trouble, or if he just makes some dumb decisions like the Terry Rozier reel we saw, throwing away the ball and not even looking like he's trying to make a real pass.
Yeah,
we're going to have these questions from now on. So they've got to really clean this up somehow. I don't know how they can, but it's rough, man. I don't know. They just got to throw the book at these people, ban them from the league forever, and just hope that sticks to where people will stop doing it. But,
yeah. One more thing about this NBA thing, and then we could jump off of this. But Damon Jones, he's the other person, the other bigger name that's part of this whole I guess ring. And they called this Operation Royal Flush, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Damon Jones was part of this. I guess he was kind of, to me, it kind of came across as like a bookie a little bit, where he find out who's doing what and all that stuff, and then probably make the bets and all that stuff. But they're trying to tie in LeBron to this. Did you see this?
I did see that.
Yeah.
Apparently, he put out some info that LeBron was going to miss some games, and because I guess LeBron told him. So
yeah, I think they were cool.
Yeah,
they played together in Cleveland. I think he might have been on the coaching staff in Cleveland as well, and I want to say Miami. So that's kind of one of LeBron boys. But they trying to tie LeBron up in this. Do you think he going just get out of this clean as usual?
100%. Dog, LeBron got the fucking CIA on his side, man. He got a team. Now, look, I think his circle will get way smaller. And I think this is the problem with him trying to be the friend of everybody in the league and trying to be buddy with people. I think them days have to be over now. But I think he's just naturally a friendly guy with players, and he wants to be everybody's friend. But he's got to stop that if this shit's going on. But nah, LeBron got shit on lockdown. You see, Jeff Teague was on a podcast talking about that shit.
Yeah.
Now, if you even mention LeBron name, somebody gives you a call.
Yeah, the black SUV pull up.
Yep. Tell you to stop. He was making jokes about the steroid shit, and he had to immediately take that back. So, yeah, they don't let dirt never sticks on LeBron's name. All the shit people hate LeBron for is goofy shit because there's nothing serious to hate him for. You know, every time I see Stephen A. Smith whine about LeBron, I think he's gonna break something big, and it's always some stupid shit. I don't like how he's fake. I don't like how he does this. I don't like how he talks to people. All right, that's not fucking a reason for us to care. I get that you don't like him because he don't like you. Yeah. Exactly. He ain't doing no super shady shit. He just don't like you. That don't have nothing to do with us.
And I'm sure you probably seen this little article about Russell Westbrook.
Yeah,
pretty much say he don't rock with LeBron.
I thought that was a joke when I got to the point where he said the reading the first page of a book and lying about the Godfather. I'm like, did he really say this shit?
He said he claimed that The Godfather is his favorite movie of all time, but can't give you any quotes from it.
Yeah.
I thought it was fake.
That was one of my favorite LeBron lies. He said he watched The Godfather and The Godfather 2 like 30 times in a row when he was getting ready for a game. And somebody asked him what his favorite scenes were or his favorite parts were, and he couldn't say anything. He was like, well, the movie is like 4 hours long. I can't tell you. I'm like, if you watch a movie 30 times, you would think one scene would stick in your fucking mind, man. Just say the first thing that comes to mind. Sonny getting shot. Some random quote, sleeps with the fishes, anything. I've only seen Godfather 1 like 5 times in my life, maybe if that. And I can give you a bunch of scenes off the top of my head. You tell me you watch a movie on loop and can't think of one?
Yeah, it's a lot of man. I only seen the movie once. It's a lot of quotes in that movie. You can name like I ain't about to give you no quote. I only seen it one time. But if you've seen it 30 times and all that shit, man, you could give a quote. You can't sit there and say, "Oh, the movie 4 hours." Like, come on, man.
The most famous quote I think of, and one LeBron should use all the time if he has to use any quote, is around the beginning when Vito Corleone, Marlon Brando tells Sonny, who is what's his name, James Caan, he tells him never to discuss family business in public because he was saying some shit and giving some shit away to a rival family, and he tells him to keep all that shit in house. And I'm like, LeBron, you should. That's one quote you would think you would remember.
He lived by that quote. It seemed like
yes. Yes, never discuss family business with others. That's one thing you would think he would remember, but nope, he can't remember because it's a 4-hour movie, man. I don't know.
Yeah, and then did you see the other part about, I guess, him and AD walking out of a Will Smith? I guess Will Smith was speaking with the team or something, and him and AD left while everybody else, Russell Westbrook and everybody else had to sit and listen. And then at the very end, when they took questions, AD and LeBron came back, and LeBron was pretty much hogging all the questions. And it was pretty much glazing Will Smith. So Russell Westbrook was pissed. I'm like, man, this article got to be a joke. Did he really sit there and gave him all of this?
I mean, to be fair, this sounds like some Russell Westbrook type shit to be mad about. But I'm surprised he would actually admit this to another person.
Yeah.
And like I said, the complaints about LeBron are all stupid shit like this. Like, yeah, it's silly that he lied about dumb stuff he didn't have to lie about. It's silly he walked out of Will Smith giving a speech, but I would have done the same thing. I don't want to hear Will Smith talk about nothing. So if I was the things as LeBron, but like, okay, LeBron is fake. Who cares? This is some girly shit to be mad about, dog. Y'all are teammates on a basketball team. You ain't got to be friends. You ain't got to like them. You just got to play together. And if you don't like the way he's playing or how he involves you, I did see he was also mad that LeBron basically openly admitted he was upset that they didn't get Kyrie. And I guess the insinuation was that he wanted Russell Westbrook traded for Kyrie, but he never actually said that. But you would think, of course he would want. Well, Westbrook was terrible with the Lakers.
Yeah,
So,
he was good.
Yeah, so I can't blame LeBron for wanting Kyrie over Russell Westbrook. The problem is that Russell Westbrook only came because LeBron wanted him there. So it really is his fault. But whatever.
Yeah, and also this is the same LeBron. I'm sure you've seen this story, how Bronny broke the news that AD got traded.
Yeah.
They were all in the group chat. And then he said AD was pretty much like, what? He ain't know. LeBron said, WTF. Like, what the fuck? This is like, motherfucker, you knew this was happening. Yes. You okayed the trade. You think they just did this without your permission?
Is that Tupac scene in Juice, man?
Yeah,
who's that?
Kill Raheem.
Yeah, Raheem's dead. Somebody shot him. Yeah, man. So
I saw somebody else post a picture of the OJ Simpson quote, like, hey, yeah, I'm kind of worried about the killer if he's around here. I don't know the who did it type thing. What was that quote? He was talking about whoever killed Nicole. And he was like,
"Oh,
hey.
he don't want to go to LA because he might run into the real killer or some shit."
Yeah,
yeah. And like, all right, man. Lamont says LeBron and Drake are the same person to me, which is kind of funny that they fell out because they kind of are. But I guess that's why they didn't get along for whatever reason. I still think there's something that happened that we just don't know about with LeBron and Drake, because you don't really see LeBron cut off a high profile person like Drake that he acts super cool with for years and suddenly is, dance to his diss songs and shit. So I think something happened that we just don't know about, but it is kind of funny how they are a little similar like that and they fell out. So whatever.
Yeah.
In other news, man, it's been 2 hours. We didn't even get into other topics. We stayed on sports. This is a sports podcast. So we finally did one, a full-on sports podcast here. Other news we got to go over. Since we missed the show last week, we didn't cover this, but D'Angelo died, man. Very sad. 51 years old, too young. Apparently was dealing with pancreatic cancer. And it does not surprise me that we didn't know this because he's been a very private person his entire career. And so I think his closest friends and family, of course, knew, but the general public did not. And he passed away. Very sad, man. D'Angelo was a legend, one of the most talented people in R&B that we had ever seen. It's unfortunate that he didn't do a lot of music. He released, I think, 3 albums, and I understand he had his own issues, and it's selfish to even say that, but I just wish we had more D'Angelo music in the world. Yeah. It's unfortunate that we won't get any more. It hurt, man. I grew up on his music. I was a big fan, and so he will be sorely missed. Very sad that D'Angelo passed away.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I was shocked to hear. I mean, we didn't know about the what he was going through. So it kind of shocked me. I found out during the show. So I'm I'm like, what? And sometimes it just catch you off guard a little bit. So I brought it up. But yeah, man, I'm with you, man. I wasn't even a big R&B person back then, but D'Angelo was that one. He was that one exception, maybe a few exceptions when it comes to R&B music. He made real R&B music. And I know a lot of people like to crown him with the neo soul, and I think he actually hated that term. He didn't like that term.
Everybody hates these terms, man. I don't see anything wrong with neo soul, because when I think of neo soul, I think adult music.
Yeah, but real music.
Most artists just don't like being labeled. Period. So they don't like any label on their music.
Yeah, but he was like one of the originals when it comes to neo soul. And it's very unfortunate. The crazy thing is, I think I talked about it a couple weeks ago how I seen Belly for the first time. And I forgot, it made me go back to that soundtrack, man. And D'Angelo was on that soundtrack. He had that song Devil's Pie that was produced by
hard too. Yeah.
Oh, that song is hard. If that's an R&B song, that song is hard, man. With DJ Premier, man, that shit was hard. And I felt like that kind of set the tone for the movie a little bit. How they was just showing them making moves, and you had that song, that Devil's Pie playing in the background. That shit was hard, man. And the crazy thing is that beat, to me, that wasn't no R&B beat. And he just put that flavor on it, man. You don't get a lot of R&B people that's doing that type of stuff, man. He was one-on-one. So yeah, just everything. Even what was the song? The Brown Sugar song, how everybody loved that song. And then speaking of rumors, I don't even know, maybe this is true, but everybody used to always talk, hey, he talking about heroin, right?
Yeah, I've heard that.
It's just the whole concept, just how smooth he was, how clever it was, because to the average ear you could be like, hey, he talking about my brown sugar, talking about my baby, or a woman or something. But then when you listen to him, like, damn, maybe he is talking about heroin or cocaine or whatever it was, or doing drugs. And that was just kind of the talent he had, where he can do that type of stuff and just make it just kind of hide it, for lack of a better word. But man, he was dope, man. He was dope. But yeah, Devil's Pie, that's one of my favorite D'Angelo songs.
Yeah, I actually have heard the Brown Sugar was actually about weed, but I think it's another conspiracy theory that it was about some harder drugs. But I think it was one of those weed love songs that got people, I think, thought too much about it. But yeah, it's kind of the double entendre. I like double entendre R&B, man. I don't think we always have to know what a song is about. All right, it could be up to interpretation.
Or you ain't got to be blunt with it, man. You ain't got to just
pun intended.
Yeah, just like Rick James, Mary Jane. Like, you'll think he's talking about a woman. So, like, he made it clever enough where you'd be like, damn, is he talking about smoking? Or he made the double entendre just to make it sound like he's talking about a woman. In reality, he might be talking about weed, or maybe he really is talking about I like that type of stuff. They don't really do that anymore.
Yeah, it also makes the song playable for kids. There's a lot of songs I grew up on not knowing they're about sex or drugs or anything. I just thought they were nice songs that sounded good. And the lyrics sound innocent, but then when you grow up, you're like, okay, it's what they're really trying to say. But now we don't even get that anymore. We just get raw, I want to fuck in a song. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess you don't even want to try to hide it. So
yeah, you don't get a song like what's the group Next about him getting hard.
Too close. Get so excited. Yeah, that shit was ridiculous. So yeah, R.I.P. D'Angelo, man. Very sad to see that, and it took me for a huge shock too, because I was a fan. Like I said, just wish we had more music. I'm usually not a fan of people raiding the archives for unreleased music, but I do hope we get something from D'Angelo. I hope if he recorded something, it sees the light of day. Just because we only have 3 albums from him, man, and I hope if somebody has something, he can get, at least to support his family and his estate, we can get some more music coming out from him in the future. But that's later on. But
yeah, I think the other sad thing too is like his baby mother is gone too. We just lost her, Angie Stone. So it's so sad. I kind of feel for the kids too.
Oh, definitely. You brought this up in a rundown. I keep seeing it, but I haven't actually checked it out yet. I want to see what your thoughts were on it first before I listen to it. So there's a new Mobb Deep album I've been seeing popping up on my algorithm, and I've listened to a couple songs, but I just don't know, man. These posthumous songs where they take a dead person's lyrics and put it on some new shit.
Hold on. I'm gonna stop you right there, man.
Go ahead.
This do not sound like that at all, man.
Okay.
You gotta listen to this. This is probably my favorite album of the year.
Okay.
And that's saying a lot. To me, this reminds me. This sound. I don't want to say it sound like Return of the Mac from Prodigy, but it's kind of around that area a little bit, man. This don't sound like a posthumous album at all. It sound like to the point I kind of got goosebumps a little bit because it's like, damn, is he still alive? And it kind of made me realize how much I miss his music. And this ain't no type stuff where I heard this song. It's not like Biggie where you heard the verse before and they just put it on a new beat that don't even fit and Biggie ain't even rapping right on there. This sound like these are some unreleased songs that he just had in the vault. This sound clean, man. Alchemist is all over this project. I feel like I hear a little bit too much Nas, it sound crazy. But even it was a song on here. Let me see if I can find it. It's a song on here, and I know a lot of people don't go to Mobb Deep for love songs, but it's a song on here they got with Georgia Smith, I want to say. It's called Down For You. It's a dope ass song, man. It's one of my favorite songs on here. But this album is a gritty album, man. It sounds just like a Mobb Deep album, man. So I would say throw the posthumous album out the window, man. This sound like, to me, this is the best way to do it. And I don't know how many other songs they got left, but it sounds like they really did. They put their arm into this album, man. To me, this is my album of the year right now. Or I ain't gonna say album of the year, but my favorite album of the year so far, man. I was just listening to it today, but it sound clean. Nothing really sound out of place to me. To the point I'm like, damn, I was kind of wondering, like, are these songs, were they already finished or what? It seemed like he fit every beat. It seemed like they I mean, of course you got Pusha T and all that stuff on there, but it don't seem like it don't seem like a Pop Smoke type of album where you got cats on there saying rest in peace to Pop Smoke and all this stuff while Pop Smoke is on the out. It don't really give you that feeling. This ain't like a unreleased Mobb Deep album. It's a couple joints on here where Havoc, you could tell it was a newer verse because obviously he don't sound the same as he did 30 years ago. But the production on here sounds just like I think Prodigy would be proud of this album. I'll put it that way. Because some people that release albums after they died and all that stuff, I'll be sitting there and like, man, they wouldn't have liked this album. They probably rolling over in their grave. But Prodigy, I'm sure he's probably like, man, nah, this shit hard.
Looking at the track list, it looks like every song was produced by Havoc, and the ones that weren't were produced by The Alchemist. So just off the strength of that, I'm gonna check it out for sure. They ain't got no Tupac rapping over jazzy fizzle product shizzles.
Yeah.
Like fucking.
Yeah, nah, it's
man,
none of that. This is really like a gritty Mobb Deep album.
Okay,
Like
I'm gonna check it out now.
Yeah, like I said, the one song that people probably like, man, I want to hear Mobb Deep talk about, love and all this other shit. But that song was good, man. The beat is good. I think it's Mobb Deep, Nas, and Georgia Smith, and then I think they got another version of it with her. But even that song sound Mobb Deep-ish. So you know how Mobb Deep they kind of getting their love bag once in a while.
Yeah,
and it's still kind of gritty. And that's how it sounds. It's dope, man. I definitely think it's worth it, man.
It's like New York love songs from hardcore rappers are always funny. Like the Method Man, "You're All That I Need."
Yeah,
over that gritty ass beat.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna run the album this weekend now that I know, because I wasn't sure, man. I was like, because I haven't been following the production or the news about the album, so I was like, is this some kind of cash grab? Is this some nostalgic. Oh, it's a good time for old rappers to drop shit. So now they're trying to cash in with some Mobb Deep shit. But knowing that was actually made with love and care, I'm gonna check it out now. So yeah, appreciate that.
And the other thing too, shout out to Nas because this came out on Mass Appeal, which is Nas' record label. This is the same thing that came out from remember that Ghostface Killer album, that Supreme Clientele too. I think that came out under Mass Appeal too. So I think Nas got a couple projects lined up that's like some legendary type albums or artists that so I think I was okay with the Supreme Clientele too. I never went back to it though. But this one I've been going back to a lot, man. It made me want to go back to some old Prodigy albums, to be honest, because it sounds just like that, man.
Yep. And speaking of which, Nas is supposed to be dropping that DJ Premier album at the end of this year. So, like, look, before I was like, this is 20 years too late, at least. But now I kind of want to hear it, man. I just want to see if DJ Premier brings it. This could be one of the top albums of the year. If the production has got to be on point, though, man. It's got to be. Premier got to channel 95, 96 DJ Premier. I don't want to hear I don't know. He's been off and on. I've heard some good beats from him recently. But we got to get, I don't care how much the samples cost to clear it. You better clear that shit, man. I don't want to hear no fake ass samples. But I'm kind of hyped for it now because that's supposed to be coming out still.
Yeah, and DJ Premier is one of the producers I trust too. I feel like he really don't be going left field. Whereas I mean, of course he's not of course everybody hungry early on. But I feel like he never really got away from that sound where it's just like, man, it's not listening to Pharrell, where it's just like, nah, that's not the same Neptune's type of sound he was on, and a little too commercialized. But I'm excited about this one, and under Mass Appeal Records, so I think I mentioned Supreme Clientele, Mobb Deep. He also got an album. I guess not he, but Slick Rick got an album under this record label too. Now I'm not really looking forward to Slick Rick in 2025, but I think honestly, just Nas releasing these few albums already, I'm kind of in where I would check it out. I would at least give it a shot. Now I'm not sitting there saying this is gonna be the album of the year or anything. But just off the strength of the last two albums that came out, that was solid. It was real hip hop ish. Like I would give this album a shot just to see what it sounds like. And I want to say Raekwon got an album coming out too, or unless it came out already. It might have came out already. But so he got a couple things, man.
Yeah, looking forward to it, man. By the way, Houston legend DJ Premier. I remind everybody of that. People don't know. They forget.
Yeah. Also, he do got a I want to say under this record label, got a De La Soul album and a Big L album.
Okay. De La Soul. We'll see. Yeah. Without True Goy, we'll see.
Like he's digging in the crate.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to it, man. That's nice that he's got a label for people to legendary rappers to put out some new art. So I'm down for it, man.
Yeah. Check the Mobb Deep album. Let me know what you think of it, though.
I'm gonna peep it this weekend for sure. Now that I know.
Yeah.
We didn't cover this the last podcast. We could talk about it kind of briefly here. The Mark Sanchez incident, which has kind of been forgotten about by now. But I did think it was funny how quickly the narrative shifted on this incident. Now, the first news broke was that Mark Sanchez was in a hospital with stab wounds or injuries related to stabbing, and that's all we knew. So, of course, everybody goes to, how could somebody stab Mark Sanchez? Nice guy like Mark Sanchez, don't bother nobody. Must have been some thug, some YN out here causing trouble. Turns out that Mark Sanchez was stabbed in self-defense. because he was hassling some Uber Eats driver for double parking. He was trying to get into his car and attack him. And the guy stabbed him in self-defense. And in the hospital, Mark Sanchez was arrested. Well, when he was released from the hospital, he was immediately arrested by the cops. And there's also surveillance footage of him, kind of stumbling around, looking like he's, I guess wanting to fight somebody. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. But yeah, so very funny situation surrounding Mark Sanchez and just how we immediately assume people are innocent because they're nice on TV is very funny. So
yeah,
I'm gonna say about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna share something real quick. This tweet that that was going around at the time before it happened.
Oh no.
This is when it happened, and when people were saying, "Oh, who would want to hurt Mark Sanchez? He don't hurt nobody." So this cat right here tweeted this. Sanchez
now, the tweet says, "Yeah, go ahead."
Sanchez or anyone being stabbed downtown Indy should not be a surprise. We have a ton of fatherless and armed African American kids descending on downtown Indy every weekend. If that offends you, F off. As the chief of police, Bailey and Rev Harrison had told you this. So at this point, when I saw this, I'm like, wait a minute. Like, did they even show who did this? Like, was the person who did this black? Like, we had no freaking clue. And then come to find out, that's when the tables turned. It was like, wait a minute, Mark Sanchez arrested at the hospital after being stabbed. That's when it was just like, hold on, wait a minute. And then later on, you found out that it was a 69-year-old white guy, not even somebody Mark Sanchez age. This is an elder. This is somebody almost 70 years old. And that's when you start getting more of the story and all that stuff. So I'm like, that's hilarious how somebody like that jumped to that conclusion right there. And then it's like, it wasn't even, first of all, it wasn't even a black person that did this. This was somebody totally different. And he was the victim. It wasn't like he was a criminal. This guy was the victim. So I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, the truth is, man, people don't really care about bad things happening to people. They just care about a point for their agenda. And that's the first thing they do. The same thing, we saw the same thing happen with Charlie Kirk. Man, people did not really care about him being shot. They cared that they could use it to further an agenda. And the agenda being, first when they didn't know who shot him, people were quite like, was it a black person? Come on, man. You thought somebody was sniped. Charlie Kirk was black. And then these liberals, these crazy liberals out here and all this stuff. Yeah, exactly. They immediately went to their assumption jumping. I want points for my political position. So I'm going to use this as bait or to try to act like it makes my position make sense. So that's really the truth of it. Nobody really cared that Mark Sanchez got stabbed. They cared if they could use it as a blacks are violent talking point. So that's the thing, man. And that's why I don't comment or really think too much about anything that happens until there's more information that comes out. Because this always happens on social media. People jump to conclusions immediately when something happens. And then we find out days or sometimes even months later, it wasn't actually what we thought it was. So everybody's got to learn to shut the fuck up, really. But since it's social media, you're incentivized to have hot takes and get people riled up. So it's never going to stop. What can we do?
Yeah, but I thought that was hilarious how Mark Sanchez was the victim. Like, oh my God, you stabbed. I think Fox might have said prayers to him and all this other stuff. And then it's like, man, on some Law and Order shit, man, they came in with the fucking handcuffed them to the hospital bed, man. I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck happened? And then, of course, they showed the video, which didn't make him look good at all. And I think the funny part about this is when he got out the hospital. Now, it's Mark Sanchez who worked for Fox. He's a commentator and all that, play-by-play person. And you would think he'd jump right into like a black SUV and all this stuff. This motherfucker jumped into a Ford Raptor pickup truck. I was just like, damn, they can't even send you the Uber Black. You can't even get in the car with the Uber Black. And look, God bless him. He tried to answer all the questions and all that stuff, but it just didn't look good. I'm surprised we ain't really hear an update on that. Like, I wonder if his job is over with. It looked like he might really do some, really be in trouble too. I
think the trial is coming up or whenever it is. I think his trial date has been set. I don't know when it is. When is it? December the 2nd or November. I don't know. I'm not gonna read this shit. I don't really care. I think it's next month. So yeah, it's gonna take a while, but I would assume unless he's somehow cleared of all charges, we're not gonna see him on commentary again.
Nah.
And also, look, we've got to have some kind of standard for ex-players who are commentators, at least nationally. Because why is Mark Sanchez calling games, man? Like, can we have some kind of? We have Terry Bradshaw, one of the longest-running people. At least he was a legend. Like, at what point do we start having scrubs doing national coverage of games? J.J. Watt, one of the best defensive players of all time, he deserves to be up there. Everybody, Tom Brady, of course, maybe the GOAT. Why is Mark Sanchez calling games? Like, just because he played in the NFL? Nah, we need some kind of standard for you got to be at least this good to commentate. If you're going to be the color guy who's going to add knowledge to the commentary, you got to be at least halfway decent as a player in your career. And Mark Sanchez was never that. So, nah, I don't like it.
Yeah, I was wondering. I mean, was he even that good? Because I haven't heard anybody say, "Oh yeah, Mark Sanchez is pretty good."
He is most famous for fucking up. Like, I'm sure he. Oh, you mean on commentary?
Yeah, commentary. Yeah,
I don't know,
because even like Tony Romo, Tony Romo ain't getting in no Hall of Fame or anything, but at least he was a Cowboy.
Tony Romo was good. Tony Romo was a good player.
Yeah, but I mean, at least he was a good commentator too at first. Yeah. I think he's a little rough now, but I haven't even heard anybody say Tony Romo. I mean, not Tony Romo, but Mark Sanchez. Like, oh, he's pretty good. Like, I haven't even heard anything from that, unless he just got started or something.
He might be on like the B team or something. He's probably calling the games that nobody watches or aren't really nationally syndicated. So, I don't know. But yeah, I just think it's funny that he even had a job at Fox to begin with. Like, come on, man. Can we get a little standards of commentators here? Other things. Oh, you mentioned that Trump is remodeling the White House, $350 million ballroom in the East Wing. Well, it must be nice to just have money to throw around on stupid bullshit like that. I mean, I can't lie. I feel like Trump is doing shit I would do if I was president. Like, aside from like the taking rights away and Medicare and all this shit, like in general, just wasting money on dumb bullshit is what I would do if I was president. like now he's trying to get the who is it, the FBI or somebody to pay him back the money he lost from lawsuits and shit. And I'm like, I would do that too. Like, why not? If I had the money to get back at my enemies, of course I would do that. But not saying it's a good thing that a president should be doing this. But every time I see him just wasting money on redesigning a part of the fucking White House, I'm like, yeah, of course he's doing that.
Yeah, I was looking because somebody showed me, and I'm like, is this real? I ain't know anything about this. And then I started seeing more articles about it. I'm like, damn, that whole East Wing is totally destroyed because he put in a new ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, I mean, I'll probably never go there. I don't think I'll be going to the ballroom or nothing. But I'm like, was this actually needed? Like, why nobody else ever did anything like this? And now he's in there, what is it, $350 million project? I'm like, what? I don't even know how to feel about that. I don't know if it's like it's about that time, or he turning up the White House a little bit, or is it just, hey, I got man, I'm the fucking president. I can do whatever I want. I might put a fucking golf course in the front yard. I wonder if it's that type of energy.
Yeah. Now the farmers are mad at him too because basically he's I forget what the actual issue is, but I think there's some kind of issue with the tariffs and the beef producers in America got beef with him and some kind. I think he's got beef with the farmers now, and he's he's basically just doubling down on his social media platform. Like, fuck it, what are you gonna do? And like, really, it must be nice to be that kind of person. I feel like he's like Charles Barkley of politics. You know how everybody is canceled for saying the least, whatever might be misconstrued by 0.001% of the population as insensitive or offensive can get somebody canceled. But Charles Barkley can just say whatever the fuck he's thinking, and it just gets played off as, oh, that's just being Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Oh, you said about fat woman in San Antonio. That's just Chuck. That's just Chuck being Chuck. I feel like Trump just gets away with whatever the fuck he wants because it's just Trump being Trump. He gets that privilege of just he could say fuck everybody and y'all gonna pay these extra tariffs and like it, and y'all gonna fuck y'all farmers. You can't do nothing now. I'm the president, and he can do whatever he wants, and people just roll like, that's just Trump being Trump. He can say he hates his enemies and wants the worst for them. No, that's just Trump being Trump. So
I think the other thing is, I mean, he ain't gonna get canceled. He said a lot of stuff, man. He is not getting canceled. So I think everybody at a point where it's just like, man, what did you hear what he said? And of course, you're gonna have the extreme leftists just kind of, making a big deal about it. But there's nothing nobody can do, man. He ain't going nowhere. He is not about to get thrown out of the office. I think it is what it is type of deal. Where they, it's just kind of like, well, did you see what he did today? Kind of laugh it off a little bit.
Yeah, and I do get sick of the Democrats who just keep saying this is not normal, guys. This is unprecedented. Like, all right, y'all got to get up and do something now. Just saying it's not normal. I mean, it's normal at this point. It's been going on for years now.
Hey, not only is it normal, it's reality.
Yes,
and it happened twice. He been in office twice, so I feel like people just kind of trying to ride this out and thinking that's gonna be it once the term is up. I don't think that's gonna be it, man. I'm not saying he's gonna be in the third term, even though I keep seeing that from somewhere.
He's trying to test the loophole to get a third term.
Yeah,
and it'll be very interesting seeing as how he basically runs the Supreme Court. It'll be interesting if he could actually find a way to do it.
Yeah, I'm curious to see that too. But even if it don't happen, somebody else is going. They're gonna find somebody else to just jump in there and take his place, man. Because he ain't the only one that's being the way he is, man. I feel like him. I feel like the way he been rolling, it birthed a lot of people. Hell, I feel like that probably got Charlie Kirk started. Like, so I'm sure you probably got more people probably that's a little higher, that's more political, that's probably going to try to take that same approach. So it ain't over, man. The other side got to get up off their ass and do something, man.
Yeah.
And then I think the other thing, we over here being political, but I feel like the other thing is, I feel like the Democrats always use the same playbook, the same formula that they've been using since fucking Bill Clinton got elected, where they're saying, oh, we're going to do the media rounds. We're going to reach out to the black folks. We're going to play the fucking saxophone. I'm going to walk around with hot sauce. Like, people are smarter than that now, man. People got Google. They going to search you up. They going to see what you all about. So I feel like all that pandering and shit is useless now. I think people kind of see through the bullshit now rather than 1994 or even during the Obama time. So I think like that formula ain't gonna work no more, man.
Yeah, and it's frustrating for people to hear the excuses. Oh, HRW says, "What's up, Figgy and Rocket on Twitch? What's up,
What up?
HRW? Good to see you, bro." One thing I'm getting tired of is the excuses of Democrat candidates and even former presidents after the fact. You know, that now Obama has been a lot more open about his thoughts about his presidency and the political landscape today. And he admits he should have been more firm on certain things. And yeah, that would have been nice to have, man. I don't want to hear about it now necessarily that you can't do shit, but it would have been nice to have like you stand instead of just having both your terms trying to be bipartisan for a fucking side that hates your guts and wanted you to die. It would have been nice for you to actually be that guy that they feared, but it never actually ended up like that. And also Kamala, who is given every excuse in the book for her not winning. It's like, yeah, just say if you're going to run again, just say you'll do better next time. I don't need to hear the excuses for why you didn't win or why things didn't work out. Just get back to the fucking get back in the huddle, go back to the playbook, drop some new plays, and do better next time, man. So
yeah. Or
HRW says what? Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say honestly, I think they just need some fresh blood, man. Somebody younger, somebody like just more in tune. I just feel like everybody else is kind of a dinosaur a little bit, just going off that same playbook, man. Like everybody else out here running the Shanahan offense and shit, man. And meanwhile, they running the old ass fucking plays from 1962.
Yeah. HRW says, what policies have Republicans instituted that benefit people in mass? Like recently, probably ever made, but definitely recently, none. Really, it seems like every policy is taken away from people, taking away their Medicare, taking away their raising their taxes, taking away SNAP benefits, like everything all the things that benefited people, especially poorer people, have been reduced or taken away completely. And it really, you got to give it to the brilliance that they can actually con people into voting for this, you know, because they think they hate liberals so much that they want to burn us all. As long as liberals aren't happy, I don't care if the whole country burns down. So, okay.
Or honestly, I feel like the Republicans, they're just going off of the strength of, hey, we want our country to be what it was before, not all this weird shit going on. We want to be, be more conservative, how it should be, and the others, the lefties, I hate calling them that, but they just down for anything, and that's turning the other side off. So I feel like somebody else got to come in with a different strategy, man. Not the same old, hey, I'm down with same-sex marriages, and hey, I'm down. They've been using that playbook for so damn long, and it's not working, man. It barely worked. It barely worked with Biden, man. I feel like he probably lost that that election, but they probably fixed something to try to get him in there. But nah, man, they haven't been working, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. HRW says Dems are not perfect, but they have to cater to a broader demographic. Republicans only have to please one demographic. So the thing is, Republicans just don't care. Like the thing is, they will support somebody they don't even like over a Democrat. Where Democrat voters will just sit out of an election if they don't like their candidate. Look, a lot of Republicans don't think Trump goes hard enough, believe it or not. There's things that are kind of attributed to Trump that he don't even stand for, like the anti-vax stuff. Trump was telling people to take the vaccine. He actually funded the vaccine to get pushed out. So it really is his vaccine. He was never anti-vax, but that somehow got attached to the Republican Party and the Trump people. And they still vote for him, even though he's telling people to take the vaccine and that is safe. So, like, even though there's things that they don't agree with, they still vote for him and they stand by him. Whereas Democrats, where it's like, you know, they will turn on their own, they will eat their own, and they won't vote if they don't like their candidate.
Yeah.
But that's just how it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't want to talk about politics too much. That's probably been enough politic talk. We usually don't talk politics on this podcast, but I mean, it's so difficult now since everything. Oh, by the way, did you see Stephen A. Smith say that the the FBI bust on NBA coaches and players was Trump getting revenge? Trump is coming. Trump is coming. I told y'all Trump is coming. He said the WNBA is next. I'm like, what? And they asked Kash Patel, the director of the FBI, about this on TV the other day, and he said it was completely stupid. He called Stephen A. Smith an idiot, basically. So yeah, I don't know how well that Stephen A. Smith presidential campaign is going right now. When I blame this shit on Trump, I don't know.
He is on his. We talked about it years ago. He is trying to work his way into that position, though, man. I think he hosted Good Morning America last week.
Yep.
So he definitely trying. I think he definitely trying to steer away from the 24 hours at ESPN type deal.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, he has a separate show just for politics and shit now, where he's not even talking about sports. So he's 100% trying to get his hand in that.
Yeah, he trying to. I think he really trying to get a probably like a little late night spot on CNN or Fox or something like that, where he could. He probably still gonna do his ESPN thing, but at night he have his probably show where he getting 20 mil a year or something crazy just for that little 4-hour show or something.
Yep. So if you tired of Stephen A. Smith now, I don't think we've seen even close to peak Stephen A. Smith on TV and everywhere. So get ready.
Yeah, ESPN going nuts with it too. It's funny because every time you see Stephen A. Smith doing something, you get a little ticker. You want more Stephen A. Smith? It's just like, damn.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who said, you know what? I don't think we see enough Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah,
I need to subscribe to this new streaming app.
We need some more Stephen A. Smith content.
Have you seen? Oh yeah, I see people geeked up about this NBA coverage that's actually breaking down plays and shit. We'll see how long that lasts. Have you seen the Allen Iverson documentary on Amazon Prime yet? I'm gonna check that out this weekend, probably.
No, I didn't see it.
My parents were hitting me up saying it was good. I might go ahead and watch that this weekend too. Anything else you've been watching?
No, I haven't been watching. I've been watching much. I tried to watch that damn movie. What's the movie with Marlon Wayans? Him.
Oh, that fake ass Jordan Peele movie.
Yeah, I tried to watch that. I cut it off, man. I couldn't even take that movie serious. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I'm just like, nah, I'm cool, man.
Yeah, you know it was bad because nobody talked about that after the day it came out. So yeah,
the only thing I saw was this movie is bad. I saw it from a couple people too.
And I saw people trying to clarify, hey guys, this is not Jordan Peele's movie, okay? So don't blast him for this. Okay.
Well, I feel like in the previews they made it clear that it was his movie or he was part of the movie.
Yeah, they used his name to hype it up for sure. He was a producer, I believe, but he did not direct or write it. So which means he had nothing to do with like the real creation of the movie. But, yeah.
Thank goodness, because that shit was rough.
Yep. Anything else going on this week? I'm trying to think. That might about do it for this podcast.
Make sure ain't nothing else happening.
Yeah, I'm scrolling the timeline. Oh, RIP. There was a game creator who died. We talk about gaming stuff here sometimes. So a game creator who died this week too. Tomonobu Itagaki, the guy who made Ninja Gaiden on the Xbox, also Dead or Alive on the Dreamcast, PS2, and Xbox. Some of my favorite games growing up as a teenager, man, was playing some of his games, and he recently passed away at a pretty young age too. So, RIP to him. Any other gaming stuff happening? I see Halo's gonna be on the PS5. They announced that today. They're putting Halo on PS5 on PlayStation. So I think all those years of people arguing about the console wars and all that shit, I think that's finally over, man. So I'll get y'all PS5 now.
Yeah. I think it's another game that's coming out. I don't know if you've seen the trailer. It's a game called Blackwood. It looked like some fucking it looked like a Watchdog mixed with John Wick type of shit.
Okay.
It looked like a pretty cool game. Check the trailer out whenever you get a chance. I'm sure it's probably
Blackwood. I'll check that. All right.
Yeah, called Blackwood. But yeah, I kept seeing people talk about it. I'm like, damn, maybe it's. I ain't know what it was. I thought it was a movie or a TV show, and then end up seeing it. I'm like, damn, this kind of look cool. It literally looked like a John Wick type of dude. Just kind of.
I'm looking at it now. It looks nice. It doesn't come out till third quarter 2026 though, so it's a while away. But it looks good, man.
Yeah. So
it might be competing with Grand Theft Auto 6 at that point, so they might want to move that up a little bit if they want to compete.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't do that because ain't nobody gonna buy that game or play it.
Oh, Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out May 26th of next year. So
dude, that's right around the corner, man.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, because it's already November pretty much. That's less than 6 months.
I'm hearing some nasty rumors, man. I'm hearing it's going to be like $200. I'm like, okay, maybe $100 you could convince me to buy a game for one game that's supposed to be the best game ever for $100. Ain't no way you gonna sell a $200 game, dog. If you sell a $200 game, it better come with the thing to play it on. I'm not gonna fucking. People gotta buy. Some people don't have a PS5 or Xbox yet. So you got to go buy a $500 console and a $200 game.
Yeah,
these better be some fake ass rumors I'm hearing because I ain't paying no $200, dog.
Yeah,
I don't care how good the game is.
Yeah, I think they definitely gonna have some type of bundle, something that's probably like 100 or 150. Yeah. And
they're definitely gonna do that thing where you get all this stuff for the online thing that but it's like $80 extra.
Yeah, and I do not give one shit about playing online, man. I will play the missions and that's it. I still can't get down with the online shit, man, especially in Grand Theft Auto. So but man, that shit right around the corner, man.
It is. So looking forward to it, man. Might have to call off on the podcast that week if the game is too good. Like, hey, we too locked in, man. I don't know if I could do it that week, but we'll see.
For real, man. I might call off. I might call off of work.
Hey, you might have to take vacation, man. Like, fuck it. I'm locked in on this Grand Theft Auto, dog. Sorry.
Yeah.
But all right, that might about do it for the podcast, man. I'm sure it's something we missed that we're gonna be pissed about, but you know what? What can you do?
We're doing
Can't get everything. So all right. Appreciate everybody who dropped in and talked to us, man, and chopped it up with us. We'll be back next week, most likely, breaking down all the usual shit. You know what's going on, man. Make sure you tune in to Sports Radio 610. Speaking of which, I noticed you had Paulie G on the show, man. Paul Gallant.
Yeah.
Made his 610 return on In the Loop.
Yeah.
How was that, man? How was it like? What was it like working with Paul again?
Man, it was fun, man. I miss working with Paul. Paul is one of the coolest dudes to work with, man.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't think I work with him as much as a 2-man show. It's usually just kind of a night show thing. And so it was a little different with him not leading the show because you still had Reggie kind of leading the show. But it was good to have Paul back, and I could tell he was super excited to be back. Quite frankly, I don't think he should have been let go in the beginning. I think he should have always had a spot there. But no, I'm glad they gave him kind of brought him back and all that stuff. It was fun, It's funny. I found out like a week before, and it said we used to get like a calendar invite, and it said John Lopez off, Paul in. I'm like, Paul. Group chat. I'm like, who is Paul? Just kind of joking around because I would have been shocked if it was a different Paul. But they're like Paul Gallant. I'm like, oh, nice. So I end up texting them like, hey, you back? And then he like, oh, did they announce it or something? I'm like, no, ain't nobody said nothing. I just got the calendar invite. And then we end up talking to our program director and said he felt like, it was the right call to bring him in and all that stuff, and he could add to the station and all that stuff. So I'm happy for him, man. And I don't know, Paul, let me put this out there, but Paul is off the market too, man.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You done like engaged or married?
Well, not okay. Like that. But he's in a serious relationship.
Oh, nigga, that don't count, dog. Come on, man.
For Paul, it do. He said for Paul, it do. He said he never had a long term. He said he been talking for some months now. So he said it got pretty serious. So,
dog, Paul is close to my age, and he's almost 40. All right, it ain't off the market until you're married. All right, let's keep this clear. All right, I don't consider that off the market because you're dating somebody seriously. Because that shit can end in the night. One bad fight and it's over. So I don't consider it serious unless they engaged or married. So, or got a baby on the way.
Do you think it's serious if they meeting each other parents?
That's
pretty serious to me.
No. That's serious. That's serious if you're teenagers, maybe. Like when you're grown, like we are, man. Serious is marriage. Serious is not. I don't think you can seriously date somebody at 40. You either locked in or you not.
I disagree with the parent part, man. I feel like as a teenager, I feel like everybody that met somebody parent at some point. But when you get grown, man, you don't take people around your family unless it's legit. And I guess he met her parents, she met his parents and all that stuff, or going to meet the parents and all that. He said he never been in a real relationship like this ever. So this is all, yeah. So that's why I'm like, I'm like, damn, this is a big deal then. So he said he doing really good in a happy place.
That's good for him. That's good. I hope it works out, man. I just don't consider it serious until it's marriage. But I get what you're saying. I didn't know he never met a girl's parents before. That's kind of wild.
But I guess he never had like a real relationship like this that was that long.
Yeah, it's also, I'm sure it's been tough because he's been moving around. He was in Houston. He came from Boston. He moved to Houston. Then he moved to Seattle. Now he's back in Houston. So when you're moving around for your work, it's hard to lock in with somebody like that. So I guess I understand that in that respect. But yeah, he was the Hinge king. He actually told me about Hinge before everybody talked about it. He put me on Hinge. So yeah, he was a dating app king for a little bit, man. I'm sure he was cleaning up on all that. But good for him. I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure y'all tune into Sports Radio 610 in the Loop. Monday through Friday, 10 to 2, Figgy Figs mixtape, 120, Monday through Friday. Make sure you tap into it. And I think, are you going to be at the Cougars game, man? What's going on with the Cougars?
So they play in Arizona tomorrow, but I'll be there next week. I will be at the Texans game on Sunday, though.
Okay.
I'll be there Sunday. I'm actually working with Houston area Fords. So Ford dealership, they got a special thing going on. They unveiling a new bobblehead, a big size bobblehead.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be there, kind of hype the crowd up a little bit, and it's a Texans legend or a special someone that used to play there.
Oh yeah, make sure y'all lock in, man. Even though we trash the Texans, make sure y'all go to the game and support Figgy at least. All right, Figgy's doing a good job. That reminds me of that clip of that Falcons fan going crazy on the team in the locker room, but then the cheerleaders come out and he's like, "Y'all doing a good job though. Y'all shaking the hell them pom poms." Figgy doing a good job, man. It's the Texans that suck. Figgy doing a good job. Go out and support them.
People do that shit all the time, especially when they be talking shit about the station. They be sitting and talking shit. Man, everybody sucked there. Figgy cool though. Yeah, I rock with Figgy and I rock with this person and I rock with that. I'm like, you just said the whole fucking station suck. But hey, man, now you made it like different. 5 people that's cool.
Yeah, Seth is cool and Sean is cool and Reggie is cool and you name 3 other people. But the rest of them niggas suck. Like, okay, man. So, yeah. But now, make sure y'all go out there and support Figgy, man. And that about does it. So, we'll see y'all next week. Appreciate y'all dropping by. And until next time.
Peace.